Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan, to my right, you're right. Everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. We're back in the saddle, on the saddle, saddle adjacent here on your Tuesday edition of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. I'll do a little camera fix here, folks. You're going to be here right with me. Boom, there we are. All right, we're rocking and rolling. Appreciate you being here with us on this Tuesday. Got a lot to get into. A very, very busy 3 hour three shows, one stream. I feel like double A, you've now passed that on to me, buddy. But 3 shows, 3 hours, one stream. Don't have to go anywhere. You're locked in. Stay locked in here with us. We got, of course, Inside Edge Primetime. Chad and I for the next hour. Then at the top of the hour, the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm, that is. And I'll be with her again tonight. We'll tell some more dating story. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a lot of trauma right now. But we're gonna talk about those, and we're gonna talk about Love Island and some other things as well. And then, of course, Midnight Run with Anthony Alfred at midnight. Guest host Kyle Cornell, who filled in yesterday. If you missed out, go check it out tonight. Kyle will keep you entertained. We're holding down the fort. Double A taking care of some things. He will be back with us next week. So with that being said, if it's your first time, hello. If you've been with us before, welcome back. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all of that great stuff. Make sure you smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live. And, of course, you can stay locked in with all of our daily and weekly programming. Make sure you check out the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Go read about your favorite personality, Chad Bryan, and then everybody else who does a great job weekly and daily across the Inside Edge Network. Go check out the partners page. We cannot do without them. Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, and Omega Video Marketing. We appreciate all of them so much, and we appreciate you at home. So go to the merchandise store, grab a shirt, a hat, a mug, a t-shirt, a polo. Go grab a windbreaker, tuck it away for later on. Get ready. You see the polo on Chad B. He's looking great. You could be looking great just as well as Chad B. If you go grab something from the merchandise store. Rep Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And guess what, guys? We're on Roku as well. Go download the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. Go check that out and take us wherever you'd like to go. All right, Chad B. I think I've done enough talking. It's time to hear how you are doing on this Tuesday evening.
Good. Oh, sorry. I should say more than that. No, I'm good, man. Chances are, listen, you pick up a polo, you're gonna look way better than I do it. But it's whatever. No, I'm good. It was weird when you said Tuesday. It's another one of those weeks, I guess. Eli. I didn't feel like I was like it's Thursday, it's Wednesday, whatever. I got ahead of myself again, but yeah, it's Tuesday. So yeah, we still have 4 more of these shows to do. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm doing pretty good, man. It's not 150,000 degrees outside, so that's good. I'm trying to mow my grass tomorrow. How are you doing, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you asking. I did mow a little bit of the grass today. I got one more tree lawn to do. We've talked about our grass here, in the different. I mean, you got more than me, definitely, just because you're out in the country a little bit more than I am. But I have a weird dynamic where we have the four. So we have like the front. I'm pointing like people can see, but we have the front. Then you have like this other area of the side, but it's really
The
about
other
as long
front.
as but it's basically as long as the front, to be honest with you. And then and it splits because then you have the walkway, the stairs, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. And then you have the the little side area, and then you got the real side area, and then 2 tree lawns. So I got pretty much everything done but 1 tree lawn. I made kind of a rookie move and went out there around 4:00, Chad, right when the sun's like at the peak. So I heard some Phil Collins in my head. I was like hearing some Lion King, and I was just trying to get it done. We have 1 tree lawn to go. I'm gonna go out there before it gets hot tomorrow and knock that out, man. But yeah, doing good otherwise. We had some good dinner. Got to watch a little World Cup. Messi hung on. I don't know if you caught that earlier, but Messi and Argentina won 3-2 over Egypt. Egypt had them beat the whole game, Chad. And the VAR system, the VAR system, it is really being a pain in the behind for a lot of teams. It took away an Egypt goal. They got stopped on the other end of the pitch, and then they called it after by looking at it and took away a goal that really would have made the whole dynamic of the game differently. That was around like the 57th minute mark. So interesting there. I believe Colombia did fall as well to Switzerland. So you got your final 8. I think Kyle will get into that a little bit later. What we want to get into right now, Chad B, as much as we love the World Cup, we'll have our guy Ben Bales to give us his expert analysis. We want to talk about some Cleveland Cavaliers. And I want to talk to you about a signing that shook this morning. We've been waiting possibly for this signing in Cleveland. It's somebody that could really maybe make an impact next year for this team. Could be one of the key pieces to a championship. Maybe not the key piece. I give it away. But a key piece. It is Donovan Mitchell. He is agreeing upon a 4-year, $273 million maximum contract extension that includes a player option for the 2030-31 season and a full trade kicker that is per Shams Charania of ESPN. And, of course, that was told through CAA's co-head of basketball, Austin Brown. That told Shams, and Shams told us. And that's how we got the resource, the news, all of that. We heard it here this morning. Donovan Mitchell going to be with Cleveland for the foreseeable future. He is obviously going to be 30 not too long from now. So now he's going to be spending the mid-30s, it looks like, with the Cavaliers. What does this mean for the Cavaliers in terms of the Donovan Mitchell era? And do they know something that we don't know? Chad Bryant, what do you make of this signing for Spida?
Well, they probably know a lot that we don't know. I guess it depends on the topic, but I'm going to keep it with and by the way, that's low to mid 30s. We're going to keep it weather friendly for our good friend Matt Wentz. We always want to keep it weather friendly. So, he'll spend his low to mid 30s. Avoiding a freeze warning, I guess. I don't know. It could be one of those things. I doubt it's a sign and trade situation. Not 4 years, $273 million is a lot of capital to commit to a player like Mitchell. Guys, whatever, 6'2", whatever, 6'1", 6'2". I always think about those the NBA right now is like chock full of guys that are 6'7" to 6'9", 6'10", whatever, and kind of pretty versatile really for their size. But I mean, I don't know, man. Mitchell's been a really, really good player, a great regular season player, an okay postseason guy, right? He was pretty good for the Cavs this past postseason. We think he was mostly healthy. May have been battling some lower body stuff. It seems like that around April or May he's always got a calf, a quad, something going on. So, but yeah, 4 years, $273 million. I again so happy for the NBA and that TV deal. Man, guys are just making big money. But yeah, I mean, as far as them knowing something we don't, I mean, I don't know. Would Mitchell be more prone to want to stay here if LeBron came back? I mean, it's not going to be LeBron's team for 4 years, right? It's not. We're not going to see that happen. So I don't think it really would matter either way. I don't think them signing Donovan Mitchell really tips you off one way or the other, which way they're leaning on the LeBron situation or which way LeBron's leaning. I've heard now that suddenly, after it being down to 2 teams, it was the Warriors and the Cavs. Now it's 6 teams. So he narrowed it down from 2 to 6. I don't know how that works, but
it's all a ploy. It's all a ploy. 2 to 6, and he's the 1. 2-1-6. Read between the lines, Chad.
He's coming home. He's coming home. That's it. That's all. Listen, that actually sounds like a legit LeBron Easter egg to me. But yeah, I don't know. you commit this kind of money to your franchise players. I guess that makes it Donovan Mitchell's team, right, for the foreseeable. Again, for his low to mid 30s.
Yeah, you wonder, right? We've been talking about the salary cap, and with James Harden going to take a team-friendly deal based off what LeBron James does. Now you see this deal for Donovan. That's quite a lot of money, and he's earned it. I know the last playoff run leaves a lot of bad taste in our mouth, and including us, Chad. I mean, we've had some choice words for Donovan. He's deserved those choice words in terms of kind of not being the team leader. Hopefully, with this contract, by the end of it, he's emerged as a team leader that is led us to, a few NBA Finals berths and all that, but he's going to need some help. So obviously the Cavaliers knew that, okay, if we lock in Donovan, that's going to ensure we have a little bit of a run. I know everybody's been speculating, and this is also speculating if LeBron comes here, but everybody's been speculating this is LeBron's final season. Who's to say it is? And I know that's more than likely it's going to be. I'm not saying it won't be. Who's to say it will be, though? What if LeBron comes here or wherever he goes, has some success, wins a championship, and feels good? Like, who's to say he doesn't play another year? The guy's always wanted to make some sort of history, and right now the way he's playing and playing into his early, low to mid 40s, he is doing unthinkable things there. So I know it probably will be his last season, but this speaks to me that the Cavs know what their plan is. We just don't know it yet, and I think that's what's driving us and the local and the national media crazy, and fans all around the world driving them nuts. But I think there's a little bit of things to pay attention to. One, I don't know for certain if James Harden is coming back here. I know it seems like that's the likelihood, but with this move and now him being able to take a team-friendly deal, how much money are you going to have if you do bring LeBron in? If you do look to make another addition, I know they've been linked to names like DeMar DeRozan, who just got released by the Kings the other day. They've been linked to Jonathan Kuminga, who the Hawks didn't pick up his option, so now he's an unrestricted free agent. So there's a lot of guys out there, but you're going to have to pay them. That's the thing. They aren't going to play for free. So I don't know what your plan is. How are you going to be able to bring in a Kuminga or DeRozan? I mean, DeRozan may take something on a cheaper deal, but I see where his market's still out there where you can make some money. So it just makes me think, like, what exactly is their plan? One thing's for certain, though. Take away the Harden stuff, the DeRozan stuff, the Kuminga stuff. They'll figure all that out. Whether how that lines up, we'll figure it out. And it may be somebody that we aren't expecting. I know I laid out the Jason Tatum, long shot, but it is out there, depending what they want to do with the rest of the team, the rest of the makeup. And then, of course, you have Anthony Davis. I know the Wizards have been iffy to want to trade him, but guess what? Sometimes if you just keep asking enough, sometimes the team will just end up doing it, realizing there's not a future with that player. So those are all in the wings, waiting in the wings, but it really comes down to one person, one guy, and it's LeBron James. I think this signing today ensures that the Cavaliers are getting LeBron James because I think they talked to Donovan Mitchell. Once they got a look, because now this is the first day he was able to sign this contract, if I'm not mistaken. And he's in the position where he's probably talking to Dan Gilbert, talking to Kobe Altman, talking to these guys about, hey, what's the plan? Like, are we getting LeBron? And they're like, all right, dude, look, we know it seems a little rocky out there. He's already given us his commitment. We just need to ink you, and we got to go make a few of these moves he wants. And maybe as much as we're banging our heads, I've been trying to think about it today, Chad, as much as we're banging our heads against, the wall, the table, whatever you want to do, I mean, maybe, just maybe, LeBron's plan for the Cavaliers is still out there, and we're just not seeing it. I know that sounds crazy, because I feel crazy even saying that, because, if it's not Giannis, if it's not Jaylen Brown, if it's not going out and getting another big star, or maybe it is. What exactly is it? Is it bringing Draymond Green with them? He's a free agent. I know the Warriors are ensuring that he'll be back, but what if LeBron gets in his ear enough and brings him over to Cleveland, and then you have some flexibility in that front court to move off of Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, go get a star. There's a lot of things that Cavs can do, so I'm trying to be a little open-minded, but it all falls on if LeBron comes back here, and I think this signing today makes, in my opinion, if we're given a percentage, Chad, I would say 85% that LeBron comes back home.
Okay, that's a passing grade. I as I look at the roster and look at the way the Cavs would be constructed, it's starting to feel like Jared Allen is going to be, and I'm very cautious to not make it sound like I'm saying Jared. By the way, I see a lot of comment sections. I'm like, you don't even know you're a player.
Jarrett
Allen. I really over enunciate that. We call him JA from now on. But yeah, I feel like he's looking more and more like he's going to be kind of the odd man out, right? Just for the way that the Cavs are going to run their offense for spacing purposes, just for a lot of things. It just kind of feels like Allen's on the way out, if LeBron comes back. The Lakers are pretty high on Kuminga. They're supposedly, going after Jonathan Kuminga. They'll probably sign him. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about DeMar DeRozan. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know where. Again, the NBA is sometimes it's like a mystery to me. It's like, whatever. Open the treasure chest and just see what players in there. I have no idea. It doesn't always make sense, right?
Yeah.
With baseball, you can forecast a lot of trades. You can forecast free agent signings. And part of that is because there's only really, 7 teams in 5 cities that really have the money to do it. But it seems like, even with the mid-level free agents, where they're going to go, right? There's a clear hole in a roster. There's a clear hole on whatever team and whatever dugout, whatever. And it makes sense for so-and-so to go wherever. And the NBA doesn't always work like that.
It's a little tricky.
Yeah, it's like these guys are playing 2K. It's like, I've always wanted to play in Philly. Whatever. I'll see how I look in the 76ers uniform for like 3 weeks, and then I'll demand a trade. It's fine.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. There's another report coming out. We got to go to break here in just a few minutes, but I'll tell you this. There's another report coming out. Kyrie Irving. There's an opportunity, whether they dangle out James Harden. I don't know why Dallas would necessarily be interested in that. Alongside Cooper Flagg and, that roster they're constructing there. I don't know why they would want James Harden. Maybe they'd want Jared Allen to, shore up the front court. I believe they still have Daniel Gafford there. So they have guys there that are strong. But, maybe the Cavs do look into that Kyrie route. Maybe, again, like these are – I'm
They do this? Could they do that? Could they really make that work?
I think they could, man. I truly think it's more overblown out of proportion because, we love a good story, and sometimes those stories are true. But I don't think they're as mad at each other as everybody wants to make it out to be. I just think – it hasn't lined up for them to get back on the same team. Whether it's an asset here or the team's in contention, and why would Dallas move off of Kyrie when they're making their own finals push the 1 year with Luka and Kyrie? There's a lot of things to look into, Chad, but I can't say no to anything at this point in terms of like what the Cavaliers can or can't do or won't, will or won't do. Tonight, I'll be honest, maybe I'll have some more answers tomorrow, and usually I'm pretty sure. Tonight, I don't have too many answers. It really could be a matter of whether they go out and get Kyrie and James Harden's a chip or somebody else, and, along with Strus, give them some shooting in Dallas. You look at Jared Allen, you move off of him. You get Anthony Davis in here. I don't know. But one thing's for certain. The Cavaliers, to us, it appears they don't have a ton of options left by way of free agency, by way of they've already committed to most of these pieces. So who are they going to really move off of? There's a lot of things to be, in terms of up in the air, we're not sure about, but and maybe they have more options than we're thinking is all I'm saying. Maybe they know something we don't know. And again, they do know something we don't know, but maybe they truly know something that can benefit this team that's going to happen sooner than we think. We talked about it. The latest LeBron James, just for those keeping track at home, the latest LeBron James has signed out of any of his decisions is July 11th, Chad. Today we're sitting at July 7th. So we're ranging around that time where he's made a decision around, I think, on this date once before. So we're almost at that time, pal. We'll see here soon. And I think there'll be a move either right after or right before.
Well, the funny thing about sports is whatever happens, however it shakes out, we know that we'll never really know because the Cavs will say this was our plan all along. And we'll never have any idea about the behind-the-scenes stuff. So we'll never know.
And our plan all along was to do Inside Edge Primetime when we did Thursday topics in January. And now look at us. Here we are. All right, folks. We are rocking and rolling. Inside Edge.
We might sign Jonathan Kuminga. Who knows?
Yes. You know what? He'd be a great addition. I heard he can run some producing gigs. We'd love that. We'd love that here.
Yeah.
With that being said, make sure you get some drinks, some caffeine, get your dinner, get ready to rock. We are rocking with you for the next hour or so till about the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. Of course, Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm and I will be at 11. And then Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, guest host Kyle Cornell at midnight. 1 stream, 3 hours, 3 shows. It's a phenomenon, folks. Make sure you stay locked in here with us. But we're going to take a quick pause. When Chad B and I come back, we're going to talk about a pitcher that could be on the move in the next year or two. But right now may not be doing a good job in terms of showing his value to other teams. We'll talk about that, the sticky world of MLB aces, and where a few could be on the move this upcoming season, whether it's this year. The trade deadline is coming up very, very quickly, August 3rd, or next season, off season, whatever have you. But we'll take a quick pause. Chad, me, and I are coming back talking some baseball, and then later on, Tuesday Top 5. I know one Autumn Chisholm will appreciate our list tonight. Hopefully you do too. I'll be back right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Welcome to the Inside Edge Network. This is Inside Edge Primetime with your hosts, Chad Bryan and the other guy.
Okay, lady. Okay. All right. Welcome back, folks. Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. I don't know who the other guy could be.
What even was that? What even was that? I don't get me wrong. I like her style. I appreciate her. What even was that?
You like her style, huh?
I mean,
what about her style did you like on that one?
Well, I mean, I felt like she did a good job of accurately kind of, just portraying like the best part of the show, really. She got everything in there. Inside Edge Network.
Yeah, give it a spin again. Maybe people are just tuning in. Maybe they missed it. Give it a spin one more time.
Chad Bryan. Well, I don't know. I can't do it. She's got to do it on her own. I didn't do that.
Welcome to the Inside Edge Network. This is Inside Edge Primetime with your hosts, Chad Bryan and the other guy.
Yeah, that's everything. I mean,
that is how. First off, yeah, I wanted to be clear that yes, we got involved in the fun as well. Obviously, Kyle had some fun last night. With his production, Double A's had some fun. We had some fun as well. Chad sent this to me the other day. I told him I don't know if we'll ever run this, and I said, what, maybe she changed her mind. Maybe she made a new intro. Maybe we'll give it a spin tonight, and then that happened. So, which is funny. Other guys usually what I've been called on every double date I've been on. It's it's the cool dude and the other guy. So
that's for the Daily Spiral. Save that.
Yeah, we'll save that. But we know what we won't save is drawing your attention to like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. If it's your first time, hello. If you've been here before, welcome back. We appreciate you so much. This is just another occurrence, a daily occurrence of craziness on the Inside Edge Primetime here with Chad B and I. But make sure you like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net. Check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Go read about your favorite personalities like Chad and I and everybody who does a great job weekly and daily across the network. Go over to our partners page. Cannot do without them. Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, W Energy and Omega Video Marketing. We appreciate them so much and cannot do it again without them. Can do it without you at home. So go grab something nice from the merchandise store: a hat, a shirt, a mug, a windbreaker, a polo like Chad B. Rep Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And you can check out Unfiltered. That's 5 to 6 p.m. But you can also check out Unfiltered and all your favorite shows at Inside Edge Network app on Roku. Take us wherever you want to go. All right, Chad B. Baseball's in full swing. It is middle July almost. After this week, it'll be basically middle of July. We have the All-Star break coming up this week, pal. I believe the 13th is the Home Run Derby.
Yeah.
And so what? That would be, if I'm not mistaken, that would be this. Is it this upcoming weekend then? Goodness, my gracious. All my days are blended together. Yes, that would be next Monday. So next Monday. So Home Run Derby's coming up. All that great stuff. And we've been talking about pitchers here on Primetime. We talked about Tariq Skubal. At one point, could he be a Guardian? Could we make the move? I mean, we had hopes for a moment. He's probably going to end up in another big city. And then the other guy we've been kind of discussing from time to time is, of course, a Pirate. I'll hand it off to you in a moment. But he's somebody who could end up in a big city. But right now, not really helping his case, whether it's his current team, who the Pirates were catching a little bit of steam, not so much anymore, and maybe not a future there. But what's going on with Mr. Paul Skeens, Chad Ryan?
Yeah, thanks, other guy. Listen, here's the thing with Paul Skeens. There's a lot of what happened. Anyway, maybe I misspoke. Maybe I missed something there. So there's a lot of concern about Paul Skeens. It's not just I don't know if you remember back that we talked about the opening day start against the Mets. He didn't make it out of the first inning, right? Whatever, it's opening day. You're not going to get. Maybe he's just a little amped up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But there is some significant data over his last 15 or so starts that show a trend that's not so promising. And I'll just actually I'll pull it up here. It's his average four-seam fastball velocity. And you can see there he is in 2024, his rookie season. He's up around 99.5 at the beginning of the season. It kind of goes down to about 98.5, all the way down to 98.5. Really just embarrassing there.
Yeah.
Embarrassing velocity there. But no. In 2025, you see it's trending downward, and there's a couple little peaks and valleys, sure. But look in 2026, as he gets to his 70th and beyond start of his career, he's down below 97 miles per hour now, average velocity on the four-seam fastball. And you go, okay, well, no big deal, right? Well, it is a big deal. He hasn't hit triple digits once this season, Eli. He lived there in 2024 and 2025, hit triple digits a ton. And so, it's just, this is why teams like the Guardians and the Braves, just to use two examples that are near and dear to both me and the other guy. Sorry, Eli. It's my new favorite thing.
Hey, you know what? I think it's better than Snake Boy. I think we'll take it.
To be fair, yeah, probably a little better than Snake Boy, but we'll get to that another day. I should have put that in there. But yeah, this is why teams like the Braves and the Guardians don't go out and overspend on pitching, right? You're not going to see a team like the Guardians go sign a guy like this, an 8-year, $340 million contract for a guy, because look how quickly, and this is just average fastball velocity. And you go, well, okay, that's not a big deal because he's still getting people out, right? Well, let's look at the numbers. I mean, here are his numbers in 2024. And this is a little hard to see. You got the QR code up there. Trust me, his ERA is 1.96 for the 2024 season. You see 2025, there he is, 1.97 ERA, a bunch of strikeouts. This year, he's 6-8, which isn't a huge surprise. I get it. He pitches in Pittsburgh. The Pirates are awful defensively. Some of these numbers could be due to just, some pretty shoddy defense behind him. Let's be honest. But the 3.62 ERA, that's him, right? He's owning base 32nd in the league right now. He's just 9th in the league in strikeouts, 119, which, I mean, still pretty good numbers, but not Paul Skeens like. So the question is, right now, is Paul Skeens pitching through some kind of physical ailment? Does he have, arm fatigue or whatever? Some guys call it dead arm, Now we know that's typically more of a symptom of a torn labrum. It's not, we used to call it dead arm. The arm went dead. It doesn't go dead for no reason. There's a reason it feels like that, right?
Right.
Or is he, and this is typical of pitchers. I'm not, ruling out the possibility that he's just trying to learn to pitch. And he's said as much, learn to pitch with a little bit less velocity, because what's the point of having the velo, right? If it's not there when you need it. So you're throwing 101, 102, 103 miles an hour in the first 3 or 4 innings. And then when you got to reach back and you really need it in the 8th inning, you're down to 99. Again, still pretty quick, but it makes a big difference. 99 to 103 is a huge, huge difference, Eli.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess that's what I'm left here wondering is, he hasn't had any significant injuries in his MLB career. He hasn't had any season-ending injuries.
Yeah, no.
He hasn't missed any time on the IL. If you pull it up, I'm looking at multiple sources. This is just Fox Sports right here. You go to pull up injuries, and he doesn't have any, right? So, I mean, you wonder if, to your point, he's pitching with physical ailment. What's exactly going on? Because, sure, you can say the wear and tear, but, you've seen guys that have pitched and not suffered many injuries throughout their career. Clayton Kershaw comes to mind, where he's been very durable for most of his career, and he didn't have a slump like this, especially early on. And it is fearsome. I know you have probably, I know some more information on this, but it's a little fearsome because him and Skubal, Skeens and Skubal are the two that are being discussed on going and getting big market money, whether it's the Yankees or the Dodgers or whoever it is, the Mets, and, somebody gets tricked into signing with the Mets again. I mean, there's just an opportunity for these guys to make some big money. Skubal already faced the elbow injury. I know he's back and pitching well again, but now you have that on your resume, or at least your injury history. And now Skeens, it's sure, you don't have the injury, but the record isn't pretty. The ERA is certainly not pretty. Sure, you're striking out a lot of guys, but it's just not good, Chad. And the Pirates, and I'll hand it back to you in a second, it's just the other thing is the Pirates aren't bad per se. I know they're bad defensively. They're 47-45, though. It's they've had O'Neal Cruz on the IL. Connor Griffin just went the IL today. They have multiple guys on that offense that aren't playing right now. In fact, that they're still 2 games above 500 in somewhat of a hunt in their current division in the Central. They're only, they're 11 games back. They're only 5.5 back of second place in the Chicago Cubs. So that's just, it's crazy to think that he's actually one of the weak links of this team right now.
Yeah, I mean, he pitched well against the Braves tonight. The Pirates beat the Braves 12-4, by the way, tonight. But, I mean, he pitched pretty well against the Braves. Only struck out 4 in 6 innings. But I think the biggest concern is he's not getting past 6 innings, Eli. That's the biggest thing right now with him. His last truly dominant start, as I'm looking back, it would have been back on May 12th. Against the Rockies. They won 3-1. And I'm trying to find the box score here on the fly, but I thought I had that up. But he threw about 8 innings, gave up a couple of hits, struck out 10, and at that point lowered his ERA to 1.98. But the concern has been, obviously over the last, a couple of months, but over his last 5 starts, Eli, the ERA is up near 6. It's about 5.63, not including tonight's game. And here I think is the biggest thing. Like I said, he's mentioned, trying to pitch with a little less reliance on that velocity, so he can, dig back in those moments when he really needs it. And this is another chart that comes from Fangraphs. That first chart came from Fangraphs as well, by the way. This comes from Fangraphs. This is with runners in scoring position, and they further quantified this to say that in a 3-run game or less, so a close game, runners in scoring position. You see in 2024, the velocity without runners in scoring position was 98.8. He was able to reach back to get 99.1. Not a huge difference, but when you're up around 100, you don't need a big difference, right? 2025, same thing. Not a big difference, but he's up in the 98, 98.5 region, whatever. Now 2026, it's all the way down to 97 without runners in scoring position. He's reaching back, and he's only getting up to 97.1. So, listen, this could be Paul Skeens just trying to figure out, hey, look, I can't sustain throwing 102, 103 miles per hour. It's not good for the long-term career, right, of a human being to throw that hard. It's an unnatural motion to throw a ball overhand anyway. So let me try to learn to pitch with a little less velocity. It could be that. It could be very, very innocent. But to me, Eli, the numbers, they scream another story. Like he's not effective. And I know he's talented enough to figure it out. But to me, I mean, if you're struggling this badly, wouldn't you just lean on what got you there? Like, you know what? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
he's
I'm going
known
hard.
as he's a speedster. Like, that's what he's known as. He's known as blowing it past you, having a fastball that is off the charts. And sure, it's not Jacob Misiorowski from the Brewers right now, but it's somebody that can definitely fan, a bunch of guys with a heater. And it's just we're not seeing that. Like, if this was a different pitcher, like, and I know Greg Maddux at the time could throw, but his game was like always being calculated with where the pitch placement was and using his off-speed pitch. And, there have been guys that have succeeded like that, but Paul Skeens, his claim to fame thus far is being a speedster, a guy who can throw in a mean fastball, can mix it up from time to time, but is going to blow past you. And I don't know, it's pretty dangerous, and I know Misiorowski's a little behind him in terms of, tenure in MLB, but he'll be a guy, I know he's in Milwaukee right now. He's a guy that'll be discussed by the big markets here soon because of how fast he can throw. Up almost 105, 106 miles per hour. I don't know, Chad. This isn't good. This is not good for him. I know Scooble's rebounded, but this is for a year where these guys were expecting to make some big money the next offseason. Not great. Not great.
Yeah, and Skeens had a couple of years left on that that contract. I mean, he's got a little bit of time, but just the mere suspicion, right, of arm trouble. That's probably 50 to 60, maybe 70 million off of that contract, even though it's 2 or 3 years from now, unless he can rebound. Listen, if he comes back and he's getting people out at the clip that he was in 2024 and 2025, and he's the average velocity is back up to 98 and a half. He's in that range, and he's got the ERA back down around 2. He doesn't have to have a sub-2 ERA for his whole career. That was a ridiculous first 2 years. And there's also something to be said for, the league just kind of having some film on the guy, right? You see his tendencies. And I'm not going to get into all this on this episode. We could break it down further on another episode if you really want to, but he's not really locating his pitches as well either. His sinker, right. He throws that sinking fastball off of the four-seam fastball, right? It's tunneled very well. It looks the same coming out. And then it just it falls off the table a little bit on you, right? Kind of,
Yes.
if you're a left-handed hitter, it's going to break down and away from you. Making it very, very hard to hit. But he's thrown that pitch, just really predominantly over the middle of the plate, in the middle of the zone. He had his first 2 seasons in the big leagues. He'd located it very, very well at the bottom, right-hand corner of the strike zone. He was down there pretty consistently, but now, like I said, he's up, above the knees and kind of the mid quad range, middle of the zone. That's not going to get it done in the major leagues. You can throw 120 miles an hour. That's not going to get it done in the major leagues.
No, it isn't.
So it's everything. It's a little bit of everything. It's the lack of velocity. It's the drop in command. It's the meteoric rise in ERA. Like I said, over his last 5 or 6 starts or so, he's up around a 6 ERA, which is, that's the first time he's looked human since he's been in the major leagues, and that's okay. All pitchers are going to go through stretches where they're not throwing well, but it's just all the data together. When you put it all there and lay it out and look at everything together, it's a little concerning for Skeens,
Yeah, and my final point on this, Chad, is basically right now with Skeens. I know Steven Strasburg got a World Series. He had the rebound and everything like that. He was able to bounce back, and he'll be discussed in terms of Hall of Fame. I don't think he gets there just because of the injuries and the spottiness at times. But that's where my mind goes to. Somebody that came into the league blowing the brakes off of batters, just completely throwing it past them and then slowing down pretty quickly. And then injuries came into play. You don't want to see that for Skeens, but that's kind of where my mind goes. And it brings, and then this is my final point, because I know we got to go break here in a moment. My final point is, you bring it to baseball where there's so many heaters in terms of pitchers, throwing a fastball right by you. Where is the fun in finding the Greg Maddux of the world? You don't see many guys that just specialize in pitch placement anymore and throwing the off speed and living on the off speed ball and living off those types of pitching prowess. You don't see that very often. I know the game's different. I know guys can mash the ball 446 feet, even if you're Gabriel Arias the other day. I understand you can do that, but there's still something to be said about that. So kind of keep an eye on all that, Chad B. I know we could talk baseball all night, and we'll have to revisit some more some guys in terms of this season. I'd like to take a look at, on the batting side, Alvarez. He's had a very interesting year and surprising compared to other years. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Take a look at a guy that is doing well, even though he's a Astro, and We don't like those guys. But it's all right. We'll take a look at that maybe tomorrow. Chad B and I, we got to get the break here. But yes, keep an eye on Paul Skeens. Chad did some excellent breakdown there. Hope you enjoyed it. And he has a little bit of experience, obviously, with pitching. So I definitely listen to Chad B when it comes to that. There's something to keep an eye on with Paul Skeens. We'll keep an eye on them. And you know what also helps, Chad? If the Pirates get into the playoffs, we'll at least get a little bit more of a history on how he performs in big games. So
yeah,
keep an eye on all that as well. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause. When we come back, it is time here on Inside Edge Prime Time for our Tuesday Top 5, a very fun one. We are excited to deliver it to you. And, of course, at the top of the hour, the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm. I'll be with her. But we'll be right back here on Inside Edge Prime Time. That's Chad B. To my right, your right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. Sometimes they call me the other guy. Sometimes they call me Snake Boy. Just don't call me late for dinner. But we're back on the Inside Edge Network right after this.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get Journey stuck in my head, and I just start thinking of Journey, and you know what? That gets me through the evening. Welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, you're right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. We're back in the saddle, on the saddle, saddle adjacent. Chad, Journey has some great bangers, bro. Some bangers. Like,
Should we start singing any of them or no?
I thought about it, but I was like, yeah, based off the week we're having with copyright, I'm cool. I'm
I'm all
cool.
good.
The man's trying to kick us down, man, but we won't let him. But no, when the lights go down in the city, that was actually what was in my head when we were coming back from break. But the lights aren't going down anytime soon. We got 3 hours here with you. We're here till midnight. We're till the top of the hour. Inside Edge Primetime. Chad B to my right. You're right. Everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. And then, of course, we have Autumn Chisholm at the top of the hour, the Daily Spiral, and Midnight Run with guest host Kyle Cornell. Filling in for Double Anthony Alford, our program director and bro, who will be back next week. If you're here for the first time, make sure you like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Make sure you're locked in with us. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live. A lot of great daily and weekly programming here for you. Going to be a little bit of a weird 2 weeks, folks. As you noticed, no Unfiltered this week. Kyle is on vacation, though he is being so generous and filling in yesterday and today for Midnight Run. And then he'll be off, obviously, this week for Unfiltered. So you'll see replays of Unfiltered this week. And then Double Anthony Alford taking care of some things. We are sending him our well wishes as he's taking care of some whatever, he's got to take care of right now. And he'll be back next week with you. I'll be on vacation next week. I know everybody was talking about how I'll be on vacation this week. Surprise! I'm here. I'll be on vacation next week, so it'll look a little different the next few weeks, but still the same Inside Edge Network you know and love. We're going to keep going through the summer. We appreciate you for rocking with us. Make sure you check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personality. Check out our partners page. Go to the merchandise store. Get some of the nice Rep Cleveland's Digital Leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. And take us with you on Roku.
Somebody with somebody else. Just, doesn't matter who.
Inside Edge Network app. Make sure you download it. Check it out on Roku. Take us wherever you want to go. There on Roku.
Yeah.
All right, Chad B. You know what time it is. It's one of our favorite times of Tuesday.
Yes.
You know what
Yes, it is Tuesday. That means it's almost the end of the show. And that means it's time for the Tuesday top 5. This is a fun one, right? We're going to bring up there it is. I was trying to think. I'm like, what's relevant right now? What could I top 5 places LeBron has signed in free agent? No, he hasn't done that 5 times yet. Couldn't do that. Okay. Top 5 LeBron specials to announce his. No, that didn't work either, right? Top 5 years on Donovan Mitchell's extent. No, that was only 4 years. That didn't make sense. Okay. So I thought, we like to talk about a certain thing on this 3 hour. What do we call it? Megatron? No,
Phenomenon,
not from Megatron. Yeah, Phenomenon. The phenomenon.
Megatron. That sounds like the Lions fans that wanted Megatron to get out of retirement.
Right. So we like to talk about Love Island. It always ends up coming up in at least one of the shows, if not sometimes all 3 a little bit. Well, tonight it's going to make an appearance at least in 2 of them. I know that for sure because we're going to talk about the top 5 worst Love Island contestants. Man, this was a this was a crowded room, Eli. And we had talked about it. You and I talked about it a little bit before. I'm going to be honest with you. I made a little bit of a change. I may surprise you.
I don't know if I'm not ready. I've already had enough change last month. I don't know if I'm ready for more.
Well,
okay.
Ready. Keep the change. Right. Here we go. I'm just going to I'm going to officially welcome you to our countdown of the top 5 worst Love Island USA Season 8 contestants. These are some of the Islanders who proved that abs can be sculpted, but personalities can't. Whether they were starting drama for absolutely no reason, making decisions that had viewers maybe yelling at their TV. I don't know if you yelled at your TV or not. I didn't get that into it, or treating loyalty like it was an optional side quest. These 5 or so, maybe there's a tie. We don't know. We'll find out in a minute. These people kept America united, mostly in frustration. To be fair, they all found a way to leave a lasting impression so far. Unfortunately for them, it was the kind that comes with thousands of angry tweets, eye rolls, and someone shouting, "Send them home!" So let's just count down the top 5 or so contestants who somehow made this look, maybe just getting dumped, look like the best possible outcome. So I'll be honest with you. At number 5, Eli, we have a tie.
Oh my God, already controversy. Okay.
There's a tie. These are 2 of the listen, it's Gall and Corbin for me, okay?
I think they should just have one name, Gal Corbin.
Gal Corbin. I'm for that actually. That's they're the same but just a little bit different. Corbin walked into the villa with the confidence of a guy who, I don't know, he thought he was about to change the way Love Island worked, right? Instead, he's had the screen time of a background extra in his own story, a little robotic, right? Every conversation started like it was about to be legendary and somehow just kind of ended up with everyone forgetting he was even really He was actually so forgettable. I think if you asked the Villa to play a game of never have I ever thought about Corbin, everyone would just stay seated. They wouldn't do anything. They didn't even know who he was. I think the biggest connection he made all season, maybe we'll find out, might be with the exit door. We'll see. And then Gall can turn a simple good morning into a 2-hour relationship summit. I feel like every conversation was like a hostage negotiation. It felt I was in physical pain. Like I just wanted it to end.
Like a gallstone.
Yeah, it was awful. It says I like that. I should have read that. So many mixed signals. You think he was directing traffic at an airport? I don't know what he was doing. At some point, I'm sure the producers were probably just checking to see if there was like an eject button right on the seat. Like, just get him out of here, man. So Gall and Corbin are my number 5. They tied for my number 5 worst Love Island contestants, Eli.
I mean, I'd like to see Corbin a little higher on this list. So I'm a little concerned how we're about to slander possibly one of my favorites. But,
No.
We're okay. We're looking all right so far. We're looking all right.
You know, this is why AI calls you the other guy, Eli. That's why.
Oh, you better chill. You better watch it, buddy. You better watch it.
All right. Well, let's move on to number 4 before we get in a fight and have to end the show early.
Yeah, they're going to kick us off, Love Island. They're going to be like,
Right. Yeah, something's going to happen here. Number 4, there's no real. It's Kenzie, man. Kenzie made so many questionable decisions, Eli. I think the Villa should have started requiring a helmet before every recoupling. She ignored every red flag, right? Then she'd defend the guy anyway. And then she was absolutely stunned when the guy did the exact thing that everyone warned her about. She treats, kisses like handshakes. She's shocked when there's consequences to that. And watching her trust her instincts, even though she gave out really good advice to a lot of the other girls, watching her trust her instincts was kind of like someone using someone use a magic 8-ball. Sorry, as a therapist a little bit. So it's Kenzie. Kenzie's my number 4.
Yeah, she's got some problems. She like you said gives really good advice. She just doesn't take her own. I know of people like that, in my life that have given out some of this most strong advice, and you're like, wow, but why don't you ever listen to your own? And that's Kenzie. I mean, she's kind of just. I don't know how to explain this other than like bird. She's got kind of bird brain. Like she doesn't. She's got everything you would expect in terms of a Love Island contestant, but she just gets in her own way, and her choices of couples, for her is really bad. If they just put her as a producer of this show, she'd be doing amazing. But as a contestant, very bad. Very bad.
Very bad. Not enough to land in the top 3, so we'll have to see what that's all about. But yeah, not great. Not great. I've been a little up and down with Kenzie. Like I said, she gave some amazing advice, and she kind of started to pull me back off the edge. I was like, maybe she, and then no. Then she said she was treating kisses like handshakes. And by the way, that sounds like a really bad T-shirt. It's treating kisses.
It's also how you get mono.
1980. Yeah, that's a good way to get mono, by the way. Great way to get mono, actually. Maybe that's what she's shooting for. She wants to go home. Anyway, number 3, and he probably should even be higher, but I'll tell you why he's not. Number 3.
Oh my God, bro! Are you? No way. Okay, all right, go ahead.
He talks like every sentence is going to end up on a motivational poster. Like what? Drives me crazy. Anyway, he spent 10 minutes explaining how honest he was, while really kind of. I mean, I got to give him this: expertly avoiding the actual question. If dodging accountability burned calories, Eli, he'd probably leave the Villa looking like a Marvel superhero, right? Just like speaking of sculpted abs. Number 3 is KC. This guy's the worst, man.
I disagree so much with you on this. He is not the worst. He has been open and honest for the most part. Not entirely, but he stood on business, Chad, a majority of the show.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I get the Villa stuff. I get it. Okay, he went to Casa Amor. He fell in love with TT. Comes back. TT's got him in a diaper because now, he's her baby. I mean, I get it. There's some things there, but man, dude, he's trying his best, and he stood on business majority of the show. He's known how to stay out of the spotlight when it gets too hot. I think he's going to the finale, man. I think KC, get used to KC. He's probably going to win this show. I mean, there's a real strong possibility. Chad, I haven't disagreed with you on a list in a long time. I think I would put Gale and Corbin, that combo, above KC. I really would. I'd swap them 3 and 5 right here.
I actually am open to that. That's not bad, really. I mean, to be honest with you. And I'll give you where he's open and honest about his treachery. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. But the point is he's treacherous, right? Like that's the thing.
That's fair.
And maybe that's why he's not number 2 or number 1. Maybe number 2 and number 1 maybe it was more about, the main course of treachery with a huge side dish, a double order of dishonesty. We'll have to see. Because number 2 for me, man, was Zach, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you go the accent out there, and he's always saying so innocent. Oh, I love the accent, but he's lying with again, and he's not even openly lying. That's the biggest thing. Like you said, KC was open and honest, but Zach fell in love, honestly. And okay, to get back to KC for 1 minute, for me, it was the Casa Amor episode where he treated it like he was an amateur proctologist. Anyway, let's move on. Zach fell in love so often, he probably should have been paying property taxes on the villa, right? Every new bombshell, he would act like he just discovered his soulmate and then change his mind before the next commercial break. Even GPS was like, recalculating. You know what I mean? With that accent. So it's Zach. Number 2 is Zach for me. Again,
he's terrible.
It's the treachery with the double order on the side of dishonesty for me with Zach.
Yeah, you know what? And I just don't like his choice in women. Like, I'm pretty sure wasn't he with the racist? So like, yeah, I'm not a fan of Zach. I don't know how he's got along this long in the show. I mean, that should have alerted America enough, but that just kind of tells you where we're at as a country, that somehow a guy that was talking to the racist and now can talk to somebody else is still on the show. Chad, you're back on, bud. Like I said, the only switch I do so far is Galen Corbin and Casey. I think Casey gets so much hate on this show. I just think it's kind of
there's undeserved.
Undeserved.
A reason. Okay.
You know what? All right. You know what? Let's get into it. Number one. We're not the worst. Like, we shouldn't be mad about this. They're the worst.
They are the worst. I feel they're the worst. Number 1 for me, I think it's pretty obvious where I'm headed with this. We talked about dishonesty. Listen. It's sincere. Sincere is proof that parents should not tempt fate with baby names, right? I mean, every time this guy promised he was keeping it 100, viewers immediately started checking to see where their wallets were. Like, I felt like I was getting pickpocketed.
Yeah, where's my 100? Shit.
I'm getting pickpocketed by this guy. He's doing my TV screen, not my wallet. He spent the season making loyalty sound like it was a software update. Everyone kept hearing about it, but nobody ever actually got it. And if self-awareness were coupled up in the villa, it definitely wasn't with sincere, Eli. So he's number 1 on my worst Love Island contestants Tuesday top 5.
He's sinister, man. He's such a punk. He's such a punk, man. You know what? He gives a bad rep to people that literally are just trying to, this show is not. Look, if you're looking for real love, this show is not where you should go. If you have trauma issues,
not full of dating advice. I can tell you that.
Do not go here if you have trauma issues. I think that's the one thing holding me back from filling out the 85 questionnaire.
Speaking of trauma issues, I'm going to bring myself back on the screen.
Oh my God, trauma. No kidding. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. There's some bad people on this show.
Yeah.
Casey's not the worst. Top 3 is kind of crazy. That's all. That's all.
He's pretty bad. But listen, I mean, treating kisses like handshakes is pretty bad, but to me, I don't know.
Again, I've learned a lot of lessons not what to do. Like, if I go out on a date next, I'm not going to treat a kiss like a handshake.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't just kiss a random girl to see if there's a spark. Don't do that.
I'm not going to say I forgot the question. I don't want to drop the F-bomb. I know the Brian household's listening, so I try to be courteous. And that's it.
Well, hopefully all the ones that can't hear those words are in bed now. I'll have to check on that. But.
Yeah. they're actively watching the TV right now. That's why my uncle he was watching his mouth. No, all right, that's gonna do it, Chad. We gotta pay rent.
Yeah, we gotta get it.
Wow. Damn. Okay.
Nice. I still
smooth. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm looking fresh, bro. I'm not gonna lie. All right, you're looking pretty good too. The red really helps the black. Your entire outfit.
Yeah. Right. I feel like I'm like Texas Tech circa 1990s or something.
Yes. Well, that's going to do it for Inside Edge Prime Time here on the Inside Edge Network. Hope you enjoyed our Tuesday edition. We're back with you tomorrow, 10 p.m. Another very busy day. We'll keep an eye if LeBron signs somewhere within the next few days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. But we're going to look to see if we're getting our guy Ben Bales back on to talk about the end of Team USA and the World Cup and what to look out for moving forward. And so much more. But we appreciate you so much. Yes. That's going to do it for us. At the top of the hour, it's time for the Daily Spiral with your favorite, Autumn Chisholm. And I'll be with her, and we will talk about traumatic dating stories, Love Island, a whole lot more. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. Autumn Chisholm, back right after the break.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Keon Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keonsports.com or on YouTube at Keon Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
I was gonna say something really nice.
That was quick.
I was gonna say something so nice. I was gonna be
say it.
Nice. I was gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you guys because clearly your opinions are informed.
Yes.
You've been watching the show, and
Yes.
then you had to piss me off through text message. You really just had to do it, right?
I
had to do it.
I did. Hold on. Double A. Who again?
Double A's he's already started. I already know what he was gonna say, but you didn't have to co-sign him.
I'm just a fan of TT. I like.
Don't
TT.
be a fan of hers.
I like TT. I mean,
I'm not moving
the
for
criminal
this
record's
whole
not
thing.
the greatest, but like I mean,
No.
Autumn. What were we gonna say? Nice. What was the nice thing? The informed part, and then we were.
Yes, I was gonna be really nice to you and Chad. I was gonna be like, oh my God, I'm not even gonna give Chad a quiz tomorrow. You ruined that.
No. Don't let Chad be safe. That was on me. That's not. Chad's not endorsing that. Endorsing that. That's
You
sorry,
say
Chad.
that. You say that. Welcome to the Daily Spiral, everyone.
I feel like I'm in trouble every time I sit on the show. I
You're
feel like I'm in the
not.
principal's office. You're like, all right, tell me why Casey's a good guy. Well, he gets good grades in chemistry. He's a stand-up community leader. Sure, he has moments where he's a hothead, but don't we all?
Look, I'm gonna just say this. We'll get to Love Island. We'll get to Love Island. We'll get to Love Island. Okay. We'll save Love Island for the end. Okay. Because this is a big night tonight, you guys. It's a big night. We are voting to see who will be the final 4 couples. You didn't even vote, so you don't even have a say so.
I get more of a say so because I'm biased. I'm unbiased. I don't have a vote.
You're not voting on at least 3 different devices. You don't count. It don't count. Okay, I voted on 3 different devices tonight. All right, did you?
I just think that speaks to your hate of KC. And
absolutely,
I think that's what that speaks. I don't know if that's the love of the game.
He's an incel.
I think you're too mean to the guys sometimes. Some of them are misunderstood. Not sincere. Not Zach. Not Gail. Not Court. KC, though. KC is misunderstood. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll get to them at the end of the show. We'll get to it at the end of the show.
That's fine.
Let's start the show off, though, with everybody's favorite subject, my terrible dating life.
We need an open for this eventually. We need like a little like da-da-da-da-da.
We really do. I previewed yesterday 2 more stories that are absolutely insane.
Yeah.
One was a married pastor. The other
Come on, you didn't say pastor yesterday. You left
I thought I did. I thought I did.
That part out.
I thought I did. Married pastor that I didn't know was a married pastor.
Okay.
The other one invited me to his job and gave me a physical exam. I'm not even joking.
Was he a doc? I mean, they had to be a doctor, right?
No.
Come on.
No.
Oh my god. Well, it's gonna be
which
an
one
hour.
Which one you want to hear first? Which one?
Usually I have my coin around and I would flip the coin. We don't have a coin tonight. Goodness. I'm probably gonna hear both of them.
Since I know Double A and Chad are listening, Double A and Chad, tell us in our messages which one should I tell? Married pastor or guy who gave me physical exam?
Yeah, and if they tie, because there's 2 of them, then I'll break the tie. That I'll be ready to break the tie. I'll tell while we're waiting on their text, so those guys could fall asleep at any point. I'll tell a fun one that's not nearly as traumatic as yours. Goodness gracious. So I was on. So I talked about how I was a late bloomer. This is the only show where I get like, let's get personal with Eli Moon. But I was a late bloomer, so I started talking to this chick on Tinder. She went to Ohio State. I'm 21, whatever. She's 21, she's in school. I went to the Ohio Media School, so I was already out of school and in the career. But, we're like, linking up, and just talking, whatever, through Tinder. We link up. We go to my house. Oh, we got Double's answer. We go to my house. We chilled. We're chilling over the summer. And we're very aware, Autumn, this is going to be a fling. Okay, like, nobody is going to catch feelings. We're in it just to be where we're at, She leaves for Ohio State, and she leaves in my book bag a little plush lion with an Ohio State sweater on. The last day she was leaving. Now, of course, I'm an empath at heart, so I see this lion in my bag, and I was like, what the? She's like, just something to remember me by. But here's the thing. I didn't want to remember her. I did not want her. I know that sounds heartless, but you're about to find out why I was right. I did not want to remember her because she already kind of gave me the vibe where it was just like summer girl on a party, fling, whatever, and that's that. And then she did that. So we start talking. She's back at school. I go out there to Ohio State. And mind you, my brother goes to Ohio State right now. I still haven't seen the campus since. I went out to Ohio State and seen it. He's got another year. We'll get there. But she was out there at Ohio State. I caught a ride. Now, this is where it gets crazy. I obviously don't drive, so I caught a ride, and an Uber would have been like over $100 to go out there. So I called somebody who was like, yeah, I'll come grab you. He lived, mind you, 40 minutes away from me, 40 to an hour away from me, came and grabbed me, ran me to Columbus for $20. Don't know how I got that deal, but I'm grateful for it every day. So I got to Ohio State. I go kick it with her, whatever, you do what, men and women do, and we kicked it. I get back home the following week. It's getting a little weird. The texts are getting a little spacious. All this. And then all of a sudden, it's during the Guardians or the Indians at the time, one of their playoff runs. It's like, this is like, 2018 or something.
Oh, the one where they got swept.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of sad ones. So I'm watching that, and I'm texting, back and forth, and all of a sudden I get a good night text. But it's not her. It's the dude she's been sleeping with for the last, 3-4 months since she's been in school. Again, it's not going to be the married pastor. It's not going to be the physical exam. That's not a doctor. But that is like want to talk about trauma? That's like like he was texting me good night for her and random texts. Like her texts were like it was weird. It was weird. Like he was like grabbing her phone and texting for her, and then I called her out on it, and she was like, "Yeah, I just figured out, I'm in Columbus, so I needed somebody while I'm here, and then when I'm back home."
You know what?
So I'm known as
woman in a male-dominated field.
So I'm either known as to Chad, the Brian household. I'm known as Snake Boy. That's been the new thing. Or other guy, if you ask the AI voice. I've been known as other names, and apparently to that girl, I was known as Cleveland Guy because that's all. So that's my sweet and innocent story. The votes are in, I believe.
Eli, it's tied.
Oh no, it is tied.
So you got to choose.
The Lord's been working in mysterious ways.
You want to hear Mary Task?
No. The Lord's been working in mysterious ways, so I think we're going to stay away from the past one for right now. I'm confused how somebody asked you for a physical exam, and they're not a doctor, a nurse, a phlebotomist, they're not in the medical field. Is that?
Yes, in the medical field, in EMT.
Okay, so that's
so I have to explain this. Okay, so I met this man on Hinge. By the way, every man that I met on Hinge, insane, fully crazy.
That's what I stay. Look.
None of them are normal. Fully crazy.
Yeah. I do Tinder. I don't do them right now because love's crazy. But I do Tinder and I do Bumble. Those are like the only two I do. Everybody's like, try this one, try that one. No.
Look, I've been on all of them. Okay, I've been on the League. I
League?
applied for Raya.
Raya.
Yeah, Raya is the one where you got to get a recommendation and you have to have a certain amount of followers. Like it's the celebrity dating app. Like, yeah.
Hold on, are you a celebrity?
No, not even close. But I did have a friend who got in, and she's not a celebrity, and she ended up having a boyfriend. And her boyfriend was like, "You should still do it to see who's actually on there." But okay, so I met this man on Hinge, right?
Okay.
We're talking, and he seems normal. He was the most normal person I had met on that app ever. Still, to this day, one of the most normal.
Okay.
And he was just like, it was just weird. It was weird. He would just, it was weird. But this day, he kept being like, you should come see me at work. I'm like, huh? Like, you should come visit me at work. I'm like, what do you do for work? He's like, I work as like a health tech in a factory. I'm like, huh?
Okay.
I should come see you for work. I'm like, what is going on? So my dumb self goes to his job.
Oh no.
Because he kept begging me. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see what this is about.
Oh no. Okay.
This is prefrontal lobe forming, right? Never met this man. I pull up. I'm not dressed looking like I'm in a factory. I have to sign in, give my ID, get my photo taken, like a whole thing. He has to come get me. He comes get me. And like he's showing me around his office. And I'm like, this is so weird. I'm like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever done.
This is your first time meeting him?
It's the first time meeting him. Right?
Okay.
So we're walking around. He shows me his office. He literally gives me a physical exam.
Stop. But why? I mean,
because he worked in the medical part. So
yeah, but that's not why he gave the fit. Come on.
He took my blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me an eye exam.
Yeah.
He monitored my heart.
Yeah.
It was, and I'm just sitting here in this man's office being like, this is so weird. We didn't kiss, nothing. Literally, I have not seen this man till this day.
So you just let him do a physical exam on you, left, and that was it?
And that was it. And then
everything came out. Everything was cool though, right?
No. This story does not end like that. Of course, it can't. It's my life.
God.
No. So he goes, yeah, let's hang out on Monday. Let's go work out because he was living in Ohio City. I was like, oh yeah, like we can go work out together.
Okay.
But I promise you, I had looked high and low on social media for this man. I'm like, he doesn't have social media. Like it was great.
Okay.
Beautiful. I found his Instagram. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
Oh no.
I go this is the thing. I told you I'm the FBI, right? All my friends, if you need to find something, I'm the girl you go to.
Yeah.
I'm looking through his posts. I'm like, oh, like he's cute. I see this girl. I'm like, She's like, oh, my man's so fine. I'm like, huh? I click on her page, I find her name, I put it in Facebook, find her Facebook, and it says in big bold letters, in a relationship with this man that I just went to his job with. I don't know if he found out that I knew he had a girlfriend, but he literally stopped talking to me that same weekend. Never hung out ever again.
Do you think he wanted a throuple?
No.
I'm just saying. I mean,
he was just a cheater. He was just a cheater.
All right.
And then,
but like,
I'm
how does
say,
it?
like,
Autumn, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I before we move on any further, why isn't throupling cheating?
Because the throuple, okay, so I don't even want to explain throupling, but throupling is like that all three people in the relationship are aware that they're in a relationship with each other. And that if they want to have relationships outside of this, they talk about it with each other.
So as long as all parties know, it's not cheating. Mm-hmm. But the moment,
it's not cheating.
Okay, so that's the big. Okay, I just. It's so crazy.
But
I'm telling you, we're gonna live in a world where people are literally gonna be married to 10 people at once. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years.
That's polygamy. That's polygamy.
But like, I feel like that's gonna be more of the way. Like we see so many people. I disagree. We have seen so much more of it in the last 5 years because people are hoes.
If a man. No, he did not do a blood draw. He did not. That was the only thing I didn't get done. But everything else, literally, he literally did the eye exam and was like, "Girl, you can't see." I'm like, "I know." Like, you telling me I can't see? I know this. But no,
like, I can't see. I can see past your bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't hung out with him, but he watches my TikToks. At one point, oh my God, this is the funniest. No, this was the funniest thing. This right here was the funniest thing. He was sending me TikToks and he was sending other girls TikToks, right?
Yeah.
One day, he sent a bunch of girls TikToks and put us all in a group chat.
Stop. Come on. That's sincere behavior.
I was like, what is going on? And I'm looking at these girls and the girls, we all are like, so he just put us in a group chat because he sent us all the same TikTok, right?
He didn't know to do it separately? No, you're supposed to do it.
Yes, you're supposed to hit send separately. He put us all in a group chat together. We're all like, we all leave the group chat. I confront him. I'm like, why would you send it? He was like, 2 of those girls are from my job. I'm like, bro, I'm not stupid. Yeah. He's also at this point 36 now. He's 36. I had an older man phase, guys. Just know that. I had a phase where I did a lot of.
I'm not gonna lie. My last few that I've talked to have been on the older side. Not older, but like mid 30s, things like that. But my problem, Autumn, is like, a lot of times, we're getting older. So a lot of the women I talk to, if they're around 35 or whatever, have kids. So a lot of times it's like I'm just like, yeah, I'm cool. Like that's all you, boo boo. Like you do your thing. I'm not gonna get involved. Like I'm cool. Like, and that's the biggest. While we're being real for a moment, because I know this has become a reoccurring segment for us now, that's my biggest fear, I think, right now of the dating scene, to be honest. And one of them is, like, everybody's so established in some light, whether it is they have kids from a past marriage or whatever it is, or, they have a baby daddy or maybe not even a baby, just a crazy ex that is literally still crazy for them. It's like, that's why I stay away from dipping my toes into the dating scene anymore. Or they live multiple lives. I'll have to tell that story. I don't know if I'm ready for it today. That's a traumatic one. But the person I was talking to, she was living 3 different lives.
Okay, like that doesn't faze me, Eli.
No, see it doesn't faze you because you literally told me stories that should end up on First 48. Like, without the first 48 portion. It's like, if you kept going down the line with some of these guys, like the guy asked you for gas money, I don't know if we'd be having the daily spiral here today. Because some of these stories, Autumn, aren't I just want you to know, they are not normal dating stories. These aren't normal. These aren't normal. Okay, what I'm telling you, it's like, here's like my sweet innocent story about how I got my heart broken. Autumn's like, yeah, you ever want to hear about the guy who gave me a physical exam and then left me? Or whatever. Like, I mean... Come on, Brian.
No, he still literally till this day, Eli, he still watches my Snapchat story. I literally posted one yesterday. He watches the Snapchat story. He doesn't have a girlfriend. His girlfriend at the time broke up with him because I'm guessing she probably found out he was a cheater. He also like impulsively moved to Texas and then moved right back.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what is going on? Look,
I mean, you got some crazy ones. I'm not gonna lie. You got me beat.
Again, not even scratching the surface.
I know, and that's why I'm like, I talked to Chad before like Primetime, and I said, I know Autumn and I got to talk about like crazy dating stories. I got a few, but like I really got to like go back into like trauma. I got to dive into my trauma field and figure out some really bad ones. I mean, there's my ex. I mean, like those aren't dating stories, though. Those are just like stories of me and my ex, like being in like those are bad. I mean, I could always revisit those, but then again, like I'm gonna probably be in a sobbing mess by the end of it. But then like
I would never want you to do that.
I feel like there's maybe there's a karma aspect out there for young Eli Moon, because when I was 21, 22 and still discovering the dating scene, there was a girl I was talking to and we went camping, and she was kind of a pain in the ass camping. She didn't want to go outside and walk around the campground at all, and she wanted me to just stay and lay there the entire time. It was wild. So I ghosted her for like a few weeks. Now this is on me. This is 21-year-old Eli. I'm grown. I'm 28. I'll be 29 at the end of the month, Autumn. We can all acknowledge that we are human beings, people that grow. But I was like, I just don't care for her anymore. She's kind of like, I'm cool. And I left her on red for like 2-3 weeks. I was like short with her, and kind of basically ghosting her, thinking maybe she'll catch the point. My mom yelled at me and said, Eli, you better let this girl know what it is. You better stop wasting her time so she can get on with her life. And that was a learning moment. I'm okay. I'm willing to admit I don't like these Love Island contestants when I can change and I can understand I did wrong. So I did cut it off with her. I told her we were not compatible. It wasn't pretty. But I've learned, and now I guess that's why I get my heart broken every time. Back to you.
Yeah. I'm not even scratching the surface, you guys. Like, all of these stories that I've told on here are like the tame ones that I can tell on here, right? The pastor one I could tell, I'm going to just say this. I found out he was a pastor because he kept lying to me, and his Snapchat kept getting deleted, and he kept being like, oh, I want to hang out with you. I want to hang out with you. I finally did my research, found his wedding website.
Okay.
Then I went to Facebook, found his wife's family, found the wedding pictures.
Wife's family, that's his family.
Mm-hmm. Found the wedding pictures, found that he had gotten married months before that. And that the entire time that him and I were talking, he was talking to her as well. And they got married within, I think, a year of them meeting. And I had been talking to him for like 3 years. So I was like, oh my God. Then in my research, I found out he was a pastor. And I was like, you're just terrible, awful. And then I had to think back. I was like, oh, this man is atrocious. And then I posted him on the Are We Dating the Same Guy page. And then I found out about, I'm going to say, a couple months ago, that I wasn't the only one that posted about him.
Oh no, Autumn. I know we're running out of time on this segment, so I have to hold it for the next time. Cause I'm back with you Friday this week, so maybe we revisit Friday. If not, because I'm off next week. I'll be on my vacation next week, so we'll have to postpone our stories unless you convince AA or Chad to share some of their stories. But
we'll all share some stories. I'll continue.
I got a great one. I got a great one that actually just happened to me recently. I haven't told yet. I have a pretty wild one.
Save it for Friday.
I will. Oh yeah, it's saved. Whoop, put it in my pocket. We're ready to go.
When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about not Love Island yet. We're going to talk about, would you rather root for a team that is hated or beloved? Because something happened today where I literally told one of my coworkers I would rather never root for either of those teams. I would either drink bleach or get punched in the face.
Oh no.
We're going to talk about it when we come back from the break. You guys are watching the Daily Spiral here on the Inside Edge Network.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order W Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. W Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I proposed a question. No, Double A, the pastor was not available for dates on Sundays, okay? Jesus Christ, he literally was married, okay?
Look, Autumn, maybe he just wanted you to get closer to the Lord before he got closer to you.
No, absolutely not. I think the holy water would burn my skin at this point for what I've done, all right?
No.
Eli, I literally PEGGED someone.
No, okay. No, okay, all right.
Right.
So what about sports?
Not gonna be welcome
what
in
about
a church anytime soon. Okay.
What about bad sports?
Right. Let's move on to what I originally was gonna start with.
We don't even have the technical difficulty screen. If you haven't visited AlleyRoseFragrances.com yet, one of our fantastic partners, you can get 20% off Inside Edge 20s. Set the mood. Summer vibes are here. Get your candle, just like our program director, Lord W. Anthony Alford.
I can't breathe. You just switched over so fast.
Autumn. Oh my God.
I can't breathe. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay,
while you're there, if you want to swing over as well, you can use Inside Edge 20. You saw that there, Inside Edge 20, 20% off your order with W. Or excuse me, 10% off your order with Inside Edge 10. Inside Edge 10, 10% off for W Energy. Stay up with us. Here's some of these stories. And are you for real?
I just hope I hope nobody can spell. I really hope nobody can spell.
I can't. I was in the spelling bee. I picked it up like that.
I hope nobody can spell. Anyway, let's get to what I originally wanted to get to before I had to literally tell you why I couldn't be allowed in the church.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
All right.
So,
communion
that
for you
worked
soon.
earlier today, and we've been playing the World Cup all week, right? Well, since the World Cup has gone on. We know U.S. lost to Belgium. Kind of expected it. I was actually surprised they got as far as they did. I kind of expected them to be out a couple games ago. All right. Because that's just how the men's program works here in this country. It's not really expected for them to win. It's really expected them to go as far as they possibly can because they are a literal joke in this country.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get to a bronze medal game in the Olympics. Like, come on.
I mean, it's tough, you know, and you would hope, you know, first off, Balogun seems like he's definitely somebody you can build around. Pulisic's got a lot of questions now with, you know, the injuries and not being available half the World Cup and then not playing well in the times he was in there. And then, you know, the comments yesterday about, you know, well, at least he can rest now. It's like, that's not what you want to hear right after a World Cup run. So, you know, you would hope that, you know, maybe more people are being inspired, you know, for soccer. And this may not change by 2030 autumn, but, you know, maybe in 2034, 2038, you know, that's going to be really the time. You know, it's going to be probably the next decade where some of these kids are going to have to grow up and, you know, fall in love with soccer during their teenage years to go do this. So, yeah, a little disappointing, but, you know, Kyle covered it even yesterday on Midnight Run. Said, you know, when these European teams come into play, they just love soccer a little bit more than we do. You know, it's like we love football and basketball.
Yeah, so the thing is that their sport of choice, like our sport of choice is football. It's football, it's basketball, it's baseball. Hockey's kind of there. You would get at least 10 sports before you would get to soccer or football in this country. But I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and I was like, yeah, Argentina and Egypt are playing. I was like, this is literally like wanting to be punched in the face or wanting to drink bleach. One country is full of like racists who are just the worst kind of people, like the worst. The things that they were doing at Cape Verde was just disgusting. And then you have Egypt, who doesn't think they're African. So I was like, would I rather root for a team that is just hateful, spiteful, like it's like, ooh, I hate you, but I know you're talented? Or would I root for a team that I'm like, you know what, I love you so much and I would do anything for you. You are my favorite. And I think it would be the latter, because I just cannot root for evil. As much as I say I'm a man hater, I'm not evil. To me, Argentina is just evil. Argentina is just an evil team. Like nothing that they do is like nice.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely draw some ire from the World Cup fans. You know, the Messi red card that wasn't a red card, and then Balogun having around the same play and getting the red card and all the debacle around it. So I can understand the frustration, and that's what makes the World Cup a little weird, right? You know, I mean, it's a ton of fun for the fans and everything going on, but some of these countries, it's like, you know, you forget like all the stuff going on behind the scenes with some of this. And unfortunately, with the news about Balogun and FIFA getting involved and the president of the United States getting involved and becoming a political thing. Yeah, you know, it becomes a big political thing. Now it's like, okay, so then you start kind of seeing the flaws in some of these countries. And it's sad because there's a lot to root for. You know, some real cool countries out there. Norway and Erling Haaland, they are a great story right now to watch. You know, Erling Haaland, I think he's in his mid-20s, you know. He's somebody that, you know, not only Americans, but not only Norwegians for that matter, you know, he's a Norwegian for that, you know, for that sake, but somebody that the whole world can root for and, you know, find some interest in finding the next generation of soccer fans, or, you know, becoming soccer fans. Kylian Mbappe, I know he's kind of a polarizing guy with some of the stuff he does, but he's still somebody that soccer fans can kind of cling on to in terms of the next generation, and that's what you hope with soccer. But it does get a little messy at times when the politics get involved, when, you know, you start thinking of how some of these countries treat their actual people. And unfortunately, you know, and I love the United States, but unfortunately, when we think of sometimes the way we treat our people, it's kind of funky how we get together for, you know, these Olympics and these World Cups, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, Autumn, because it is important to come together as a country. I think when we do actually unite, when will that happen? I don't know if it ever will, but when we do unite, we are a very strong country, and when we come together for these events, it's beautiful because a lot of times, you know, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, whatever. You know, people can come together and unite, you know, and it's a beautiful thing, and then you get all these politics and everything else, and then it just makes it so muddied that it gets tiring. It gets real tiring. So, yeah, it's a weird spot to be in. I'm with you. I don't think I could root for a bad team, whether it's, you know, on the countries in terms of the World Cup, whether it's, you know, people were like, well, you know, the Cavs aren't any good anymore. You can root for the Warriors. And it's like, I really can't. Like, you know, I sat there and tried to appreciate, and I can appreciate Steph Curry's greatness. I just can't appreciate them going to try to win another championship. When they won in 22, it drove me nuts. So, I'm right there with you. You know, I'd rather be, you know, I spent a lot of years losing watching good basketball or watching bad basketball, missing out on good basketball, watching Christian Iyenga and Antoine Jameson and young Kyrie Irving. So, I mean, I understand what it's like to root for
Tyler
your
Zeller.
squads. Tyler Zeller, yeah. Anderson Varejao, one time he was the star player of that Cavaliers team. So I can understand where you're at with it. I don't understand how people can, it's the same reason Deshaun Watson. We're not going to talk too much Cleveland Browns tonight, but while we're on this topic, it's like they made it hard for me to be a Browns fan, to be truthfully honest, because I love the Cleveland Browns as much as they drive me crazy, and I think they're going to do it every year. And as you get older, you realize they're not going to probably do it every year. But you want to root for your team, and then you have somebody with so much off the court or off the field issues with Deshaun Watson and the arguments and the morality issues, and it's just. I think there's a bigger scope. I've said it here before. I've said it across the network. I've said it on many platforms where I just feel like we need to take a look into who we are allowing into the sports realm. Not everybody, no matter how talented they are, should just get the opportunity to be a face. I'm not saying every athlete should be a role model. Every athlete doesn't have to be a role model. If so-and-so doesn't want to be a role model, just wants to play good football and have a good career and stay out of trouble, then so be it. You don't have to be a community leader, but you have to have some sort of morals, because at the end of the day, kids, teenagers, they are turning on the TV every Sunday to watch with their dad and their mom or whoever, their uncle, watching football, basketball. They're doing the same thing, baseball, the same thing. And we have to have guys that we can look at and go, hey, you know what? He's a good hockey player. Sure, he doesn't get out and hand out food to the homeless and stuff, but he's a good hockey player. You can look up to him. Or, hey, this person does do the above and beyond. But too often times, whether it is MMA, whether it is football, whether it is basketball, it's just too many bad people are getting to the top and allowing to kind of dictate what sports are looked at. It puts a bad stain on sports, and we just talked about it with the states. I don't get political. I mean, I've been very clear about that, but it's like it's just crazy what power can do and who gets in positions of power or being able to have a strong platform, and that's the scary thing of it all too.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of feel the same way. It's like I have an enemy that's in my head. I hate him. I will never not like him. He's someone that every time he's on a team, I will always root against that team. That person is Jameis Winston. I truly do not like Jameis Winston. I watched a documentary in college called The Hunting Ground, and I found out that he sexually assaulted a woman in college, and that the woman then had to proceed to sit in the same classroom as him. And then she had to sue the school to get out of that classroom with him. And then her name and all her information got leaked, right? And she was dragged through the mud by pundits like Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless and fans of Florida State. And every time he comes on my screen, everybody's like, oh, it's Jameis. He's funny. I'm like, no, he's actually like a predator. He's actually like a terrible person. But you won't admit that because you like him. And so that's the thing that, like, when I looked at this game today, I was like, Argentina fans love this team, but this team is just full of terrible, awful people. And then I'm like looking at Egypt and I'm like, y'all don't think you're African, but you're not as bad as them. So it's just like, it was one of those things that popped into my head. It was like, would I rather root for a team that like is where I'm from, it's my pride and joy, but I know they're terrible? Or should I go with the other team that I'm like, they're not that bad. They're not that terrible. Like they're all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, it just is like, it's always the moral conundrum for me in sports of like, can I root for a team that has just such terrible, which is why I kind of sometimes can't root for the Browns. Like anytime Deshaun Watson is not on my screen, I can root for the Browns. 100%.
That's where I'm at. No, I'm 1,000%
like, anytime
with you.
he's not on the screen, I can root for them. But anytime he's in that game, I'm not going to touch that game. I'm
1,000% with you. No, I mean, I rooted for the Jacoby Brissett time when he was in there. I was able to root there. And these other times, I just cannot get behind it. And I think that's a bigger story, a story that we don't have enough time for right now. I know we got to go break here in a few moments, but my final thought tonight, at least on this, is the same thing with music too. Obviously, I make music, I'm in the music world, and it's like, it's tough there too. There's reasons why people don't listen to R. Kelly anymore, why people don't listen. There's certain people that won't listen to Michael Jackson. Whether it, all these different discussions around some of these people, there was a section of fans, and I know people feel different ways about it, but Tory Lanez and the discussion with Tory Lanez and all that, there's just a lot of different people that won't listen to artists or have that moral conundrum because they make good music, but maybe it's not for them, they don't line. So I think it just comes back to a stronger point of we got to be careful as not only just Americans here in the States, but we got to be careful as a world in terms of who we're putting in positions of power, whether that's political power, whether that's celebrity power, athletically, musically, whatever, Autumn. I think we just got to be careful with who we put in power because, I do worry about, I have a niece and a nephew. I don't have any kids of my own. I have a niece and nephew. And I worry about, they're 4-2. I worry when they get to 18 years old. What is this world going to look like? Who exactly are we propping this world up, for? Are we painting a bad picture? Are we letting the bad guys and bad girls win? And it worries me. And I'm not trying to be the moral compass. We all do things in life that we have to answer for. But I just think we got to be careful. We just got to be careful.
Yeah. I mean, final example before we go to break, and then we'll come back and talk about Love Island, our predictions.
Yeah, the moral compass of, if you need the moral compass, Love Island, I guess, is.
Yeah, Love Island is. But I'm going to just use the best example I can use tonight. It is the Chris Brown and Usher concert down at Brown Stadium. That is your moral conundrum right there. Just right there, down the middle of that is a moral conundrum. I would not attend that concert, no matter how much I love Usher. The fact that he would associate himself with someone like Chris Brown is really, really something that breaks my heart as an adult. But when we come back from the break, I will not traumatize Eli anymore by spelling things that I shouldn't be spelling on this air. We're going to talk about Love Island. We're going to hit on some things from tonight's episode, and we're going to give our predictions because they essentially have laid out all the rest of the episodes that are going to happen this week. But you guys have been watching us spiral here on the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network. We will be right back.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
right, welcome back, guys. I said I was proud of Chad and Eli at the beginning of the show because they led off their show with a top 5 that I think is pretty accurate. Sincere is the most demonic person on that show right now. He's not the most demonic person in Love Island history. Look, I may be talking about Sincere like he is an insane person, but he is not the most evil person to ever be on that show, okay? I promise. He's just terrible. He's just an awful person. Yeah. Tonight, he had some redeeming qualities, whatever. But I'm going to just say this. Like, he's not the worst person that's ever been on the show, you guys. That will always be Leo. Leo from season 5 will 100% always be the worst person to ever be on the show because he literally slept with a girl and had to be convinced by one of the guys to bring her back from Casa because he told them, yeah, I'm not bringing her back. Literally slept with her. But that's just to show you how Love Island is. So tonight, kind of another filler episode. It's kind of like a stopgap episode to next episode. Next episode is going to be Family Day, where the families are going to come in. And we're going to see a lot of people. The only person's family who we didn't see is Zach's family. That's because I think Charlie, his brother, who was on there last year, is probably going to be on there. But everybody else,
they disowned him. Maybe they just disowned him after his women choices.
Charlie's too busy bragging that his brother and Kayla are the top couple. He's too busy bragging. He's the worst. Charlie is the only person I've ever seen to get eliminated from Love Island first twice in my life. I've never seen anybody else do it. He is the only person I've ever seen that happen to.
That's pretty incredible. That's history.
That's history. He also went viral because he said that the way Americans treat British people is like second-class citizens.
Charlie.
Oh, but
okay.
I'm going to inform you on something, Eli.
Okay.
Do you know about the Love Island girlfriend curse?
No, I don't.
I'm going to teach you a little bit. Because this actually informs you of tonight. So, being that this is the last week, and this always happens, this literally happens every single time, before the last vote, the last public vote, there's always 2 couples that always are like, you know what? Let's make it official. Let's make it exclusive, right? Every single time this happens. It's always a guy who was involved with a long-term relationship, found a Casa girl, and was like, this Casa girl is the love of my life. I love her to pieces, right? And then it's always an OG couple. It's always something, and it's the OG couple that always has issues, right? Okay. Every single year, without fail, the last week of the show, both of those couples decide to make it official. And every single time, without fail, both of those couples almost every single time end up eliminated.
Okay.
Last year it was Taylor and Clark and Ace and Shelly. Both made it exclusive boyfriend girlfriend within days of each other. Both let go before the finale.
Can't do that.
Year before that, Aaron and Kaylor, and then no, it was just Aaron and Kaylor. Yeah, because none of the Casa girls stayed around. They were also booted right before the finale. Year before that, we had Keenan and KK, same thing, and then Johnny and Scott, same thing. Like, it's just year after year. And so tonight we had that happen once again. One of these 2 people is going to get the boot, and unfortunately, I think it will be Casey and TT. So, Casey and TT made it official, their boyfriend and girlfriend. This is after he said he woke up and said, and I quote, "I was so happy that I looked around and I didn't have to hear their voices." And then he said he was the prize and that she lifts him up. He's the prize. And then he put out a little scavenger hunt. And I'm going to just say this, Eli. Unfortunately, this is not a me hating on KC thing. This is a thing that just happens every year on Love Island. It's always an OG boy and a Casa girl that make it official. And almost every single time they get booted from the villa. Because the audience is like, I'm not feeding into it. Look, I'm not saying that they break up. I'm telling you they're
winning the show. They're winning the show.
Not even close. I would put at least 3 different couples before them.
I know you would, but we're talking to America here, and I'm telling you, they're winning the show, and I stand on it.
I've never been more right about it. Unfortunately, the last week exclusive curse hits everybody like a truck. Either one of two things happen: they get booted from the show, or they don't win. It happens every single time.
The male audience right now is stronger, I would say, in this Love Island season than it's been in past seasons. I would say it's definitely...
You know what? You are correct. The male audience is annoying as hell, and they did come out in forces with their NBA Twitter kind of takes. You are absolutely correct. But this is still Love Island. This is still girl-centric. Tonight, we had a girl-centric episode. The ladies went to the water park by themselves. Again, the guys woke up. Only 2 of them were like, what is going on? No, 3 of them, because Sinister looked around and he was like, where did Melanie go? Because Anaya snuck in and had to like barrel roll out of the room because they went to a water park. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, one of them is not going to make it because of the Love Island last week. It's never the week before. It's always the last week. So if you become official couple the week before, right after Casa, it don't hit you. It don't hit you. Usually that's the ones that win. But if you become a couple the days before the finale vote, everybody always gets booted. I'm not saying that I'm not speaking this is literally every single year this happens. I'm dead serious. It happens every single year. And usually the person that comes in first is the couple that's been most consistent. And then the person that comes in second is the couple that surprised everyone. The third place couple is usually the one that's like, oh, you were on the cusp. Like, you were on the cusp. The fourth place one was like, yeah, we don't even care. You're just here because we needed a fourth person.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know more about the show than me. From what I've seen, what my gut instinct is telling me is we are able to beat the curse. We're going to be able to defeat it. You won't. TT is a male favorite right now. A male favorite.
That should show you everything you need to know about her.
No,
even though she was actually very funny this episode. When Anaya woke her up, you would thought that she was in a fight.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is TT and KC's got the male audience buzz, so it's gonna come up to the women. Are they gonna be able to vote them off? And I don't think they will be able to. I don't think they will be able
100%. To. No? As someone that voted on 3 devices tonight, 100%, we will be able to defeat the evil that is NBA Twitter. Okay. I think the most evil part of the internet is NBA Twitter. You cannot pay me to go on that site during the NBA season. Those people are insane. But the other thing, Kenzie and Dylan, I'm over you. I'm over them. Get them out of my face. I'm over it. You're having the same argument. You don't trust her. She's trying to prove to you that she's trustworthy. You saw her behavior before you came to the villa.
Yeah, go fight somewhere else. Go fight.
Please.
I'm with it.
Because when they were like, oh, you want to go to the hideaway? No. You just spent a whole episode. No. Also, I peeped Zach's game on what he was trying to do to Carl. He was trying to get Carl to get caught up in his mess. When he asked Carl, he said, what's your type? And Carl was like, I like athletic, tall girls. And he was like, oh, so basically Naya. He was like, yep, absolutely. I don't understand why nobody else in this show can just get it like that. I don't get it.
Because, Carl's only been playing half the game.
Carl's the smartest one in there. I don't understand.
America hasn't been able to catch. I feel like Carl's got some stuff going on too. We'll see.
Carl's the most normal one in there.
This is where I plant my flag in the ground. There's a Casey and TT territory over here at the Moon household. So I can't speak for Papa Moon, but for me, I planted my flag in the ground.
And I'm going to tell you right now, that Love Island curse comes striking back every single time. Every single year, there's always a couple that was a Casa girl and an OG boy that comes in and it's like, ooh, let's make it official. And every single time the audience is like, yeah, we don't care. You're getting the boot. It never works. And usually, look, I'm not gonna say that those couples never work on the outside. Sometimes they work for a couple months. Sometimes they stay together for about a year. Most of the times they don't work out because a lot of times the relationship is based off of the man, and that doesn't work all the time. But like I said, vote tonight. It closes at like 1:30, I think.
Okay. I got time.
Wait, no. Hold on. Did you register before?
Yeah. I
No.
time.
So it doesn't count.
Wait, I can't register tonight?
No, you have to register beforehand. Actually, I'm wrong. Voting closes in about 30 minutes. But no, yeah, so Wednesday, no episode tomorrow. Family Day, Thursday, so that's about half the episode. Friday, we find out who is in the finale, and then Sunday, of course, is the finale, which you can catch me and Double A here live on Inside Edge Network, reacting live to the finale, starting at 8:30. I think it's usually 2 hours. Eli, this will be your first time watching the finale. I'm gonna just tell you right now, it drags.
Yeah, well,
it drags. It drags a lot. It drags because we have to have 4 dates. 4 separate dates. All 4 of those dates are at least 20 minutes long because they have to cover the entirety of the episode. Then the girls get sent off to a spa day. Every single year this happens. And then they come back. They all wearing nice fancy dresses. The guys are wearing nice suits. Then they have to do their final vows to each other, and you would think they're getting married. They're not. They just are telling each other how much they like each other at the 6-week period. And then Ariana comes in. They find out who is 4th place, 3rd place, and then they find out the winner. And then the cherry on top, they then have to pull a card to see if they are going to split the money or if one person is going to keep the money. And that's how the season ends.
Crazy.
Every year.
Crazy.
Every year. But before we go, there is one more thing I want to talk about Love Island related.
Mm-hmm.
This week on After Sun is going to be a funny week. Corbin and Parmita will be on After Sun. Corbin and Parmita have their phones. How many AI jokes do you think he's gonna tell?
Too many. Not enough to be sick of him in the first 10 minutes. No. I'm cool on Corbin. I don't want to see him again.
You don't want to see him sing baby be a billionaire, be a billionaire, be a every single time I see that video, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I planted my flag. I know we're all getting our thoughts on the Final Four, but I'm gonna hand it back to you because I have no more of the Love Island thoughts. Casey and TT. I don't know how many TT and Casey and TT. KTT. I don't know what you want me to say. They are the team.
No, unfortunately, they're probably gonna get hit with the Love Island curse. Now I'm gonna give you my good spiral and bad spiral before Kyle Cornell comes in here to do Double A's crack show.
Double A's crack show, yeah.
Okay.
Not so much a crack show when Kyle does it.
No, Kyle is normal. He has a normal midnight run.
That is the first time anybody's ever said that. Kyle Cornell is normal.
Double A is over here making coffee. He's over here eating chicken. He's over here eating honey buns with peanut butter. We just need normal energy at 12 o'clock. Okay. All right.
I want a bacon glazed honey bun again. Okay, go ahead, Autumn.
Good spiral of the day. The first half of the game up until 13 minutes that Egypt was up 2-0. That was the best part of the day because I really thought Argentina was going to lose. Oh, it was going to be so great to watch them lose. It's going to be so great. That's my good spiral of the day. Bad spiral of the day. The thing I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole. Stop taking away my sites for books. I thought I told you this yesterday. Everybody keeps naming the site online. And then I saw on Twitter today a little headline that said the name of the site was shut down. Stop sharing it. Some of us want to pirate our books in peace. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't keep sharing it. Okay?
I'm with it. Yeah, I took my notes.
Now, tomorrow, here on the Day Spiral, there's no Love Island recap, but we will talk about Love Island because I will talk to Chad about his list because I want to understand how he came up with the list. Okay, I'm proud of him. He will still be getting the quiz. Sorry, Chad. And I will still be spelling out what I spelled out for him because he said he missed what I spelled out at the beginning of this.
Okay. I'm thinking I don't.
Once again, I'm sorry, you guys. Like I said, I will not be allowed in the church anytime soon. But I will see you guys tomorrow.
All right, and that's gonna do it for Autumn Chisholm.
Bye, guys.
She'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna do some spring cleaning here real quick. Let's rents due. I don't have it. Okay, still don't have it. All right, we're gonna hear station identification, and then it is time for Midnight Run with Anthony Alford and special guest host Kyle Cornell. So don't go anywhere.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony.
Somebody's got to tell Autumn that I am not normal. Welcome in, guys. It is Midnight Run, a special edition hosted by yours truly. So happy for you guys to be here. And as if you watch the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast, which airs Friday mornings on the Inside Edge Network, aloha, mother fathers. It is midnight. We're moving in from a late Tuesday into your Wednesday morning. So happy you guys are with us. I should have really played into this when Autumn was talking about that and left, went to the closet really quick, came back, threw on the Hawaiian shirt, halfway opened up, just full on sending it. But I stuck with just the hat because I have to be somewhat normal, apparently. Now I have a reputation to uphold with all this. We have a reputation here at the network, guys. We do a great job. And if you always want to know what's going on, make sure you like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across all the different social media platforms you see right there, bottom of your screen, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't forget as well, check out our website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Great one-stop shop for everything we have going on here at the Inside Edge Network right there on our website. And download our app on Roku. Just search Inside Edge Network on the Roku app. Take us wherever you need to go, right there at your fingertips, Inside Edge Network on Roku. We got a lot to get into tonight, guys. I purposely put off watching Monday Night Raw. I don't know if there's any wrestling fans out there, but last night until after the show. So I didn't get to see all the craziness that happened beforehand. Eli did. We were talking a little bit about that. Tonight, we're going to react to some major things that happened last night in the pro wrestling world. Got to talk about Live Golf. They're in the news again. A crazy situation. They just can't stop getting sued, apparently. Also, hey, some check-ins on some major tournaments. We're going to talk Wimbledon. We're going to talk FIFA. We know now we're down to the final 8. It's a huge thing there. And Adam Sandler, there is a reason why this guy is my GOAT. We're going to talk about him coming up at the end of the program as well, because he just keeps doing things that just make me smile. But first, it is the big story here in Northeast Ohio today. No, it's not Browns, because let's be honest, even when the Browns play on Sundays, you don't really want to talk about them. It's the Cavs. And it's Donovan Mitchell. He's re-signed a 4-year extension, a max contract extension that will take him through the year 2031 here in Cleveland on a player option. He is back long-term in Cleveland. Was it the signing you were expecting to hear about today? We kind of joked about this, me and Double A and even Eli, for a certain point. Like, hey, this feels like the time now where LeBron will make his decision. We looked it up last night. July 11th was the latest LeBron's ever made a free agency decision. I think that was the actual decision back in 2010 when he left Cleveland the first time to go to Miami. Expect that, I'd imagine, inside that date. We're already here on moving into the 8th. So it should be coming any day now, I would imagine. That being said, this is big news for the Cavs. They get essentially their core two. I'm going to exclude Jared Allen and James Harden for a second, but Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, I think everyone kind of knows. These are the two pieces that are the most valuable on the Cavaliers team. Donovan Mitchell, an incredible career. Some are arguing right now possibly the second greatest Cavalier of all time already. Despite only being here for 4 seasons, 4 playoff berths, he made it to an Eastern Conference Finals this past year. A multiple-time All-NBA player, multi-time All-Star. He has been able to really kind of course-correct Cleveland in a situation where they were kind of lost for a little while there. He figured a way out to get them constantly in the running, constantly in the playoff picture. He's locked up till he's about 34, 35. He's 29, turning 30 this year. I don't mind the move. And I think Chad at the beginning of Primetime was talking about how, I don't know if it's a sign and trade or whatever. They're not moving these guys. Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell aren't going anywhere. And honestly, I kind of saw this take earlier and I thought about it. And you know what? It makes some sense. The Cavs being able to keep their core 4 people. It's no longer the core 4 because that was Darius Garland. He's out. I'm going to say core 4 players because James Harden's included in that now. Keeping those 4 and being able to go into the first apron and out of the second apron to give them some flexibility longer term, I think has always been the goal. And honestly, for them, that feels like that was probably the whole point of free agency. LeBron's a bonus if you're able to get him, but they look at this roster and they say, hey, you know what? We were 1 series away from the finals. New York was on a crazy run. They're beating teams they had no business beating. On paper, when you just look at it, San Antonio should have won that series in 5 in the finals, but New York did instead. And they were close games, but they just kept finding ways to win. It's one of those magical runs. I think the Cavs look at this team, and I got to give Chad Bryan a lot of credit, man. He came out and flat out said it. This team may just stand pat, and you know what? They actually lost a few pieces, and they'll fill out certain spots with the Summer League team. They'll find a guy or two they think is worth, making the end of the bench or whatever it is. But it seriously feels like, especially with this move, they're very bought in to the Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley tandem with the added nuance of Jared Allen and James Harden. I think they believe they're missing maybe one person, be it LeBron, be it DeMar DeRozan, be it Jonathan Kuminga, who they are interested in. Kuminga coming to Cleveland there'd have to be a sign and trade, which Atlanta has said they are willing to do. So in that situation, Cleveland probably would send Dennis Schroeder. I think he's played for Atlanta already, so Schroeder, that'd be a bit of a homecoming for him. Maybe another piece or something like that in there for Jonathan Kuminga so he can sign, a $15 to $20 million a year deal. And I said this yesterday on Midnight Run, guys. Jonathan Kuminga, not a bad consolation prize. He lines up more with Evan Mobley as far as that timetable for competing. But the Cavs doing this, Cleveland fans, get excited. Be happy about this. This guy wants to be here. He's not from Cleveland. He's from New York. He wanted to be traded to the Knicks from Utah. It didn't happen. He got traded here, and he wants to stay here. He signed multiple extensions now to stay in Cleveland. I know, and listen, I love Kevin Love. He is my favorite player of all time. It's no secret. Any of my friends know I love Kevin. He's also just a really good dude, a really solid person. We revere Kevin Love for signing that extension in Cleveland and staying and doing all this stuff. Even when LeBron left, Kevin Love was still here for a few years and all that. And everyone reveres him for that. Donovan Mitchell, and I get it. Kevin was part of a championship core. He was the third best player on that team. But I mean, Donovan Mitchell is doing things that no one else in Cavs history, minus a few, have done. And he's choosing Cleveland. He's not asking for a trade and getting frustrated because he got swept in a playoff series. And his name was around. People were talking about Donovan Mitchell in trades, Kyrie Irving, but Donovan Mitchell said, no, I want to be in Cleveland. This is where I want to be. I like it here. Love it here. Love the fans, love the team, love the coaches, love the area. I'm in Cleveland. Celebrate this. I saw some stuff on social media again, which is if you don't already know, the bane of my existence, but of people, again, just like, oh, we sign him for what? And he's not the best player on a championship team. Maybe he's not. Who knows? You know who I didn't think was going to be the best player on a championship team either? Jalen Brunson, and he figured it out. And granted, he had a really good supporting cast, and everyone knows their role, and Jalen's a great closer. But I never thought he was going to be the focal point in New York winning a championship. I thought, hey, good player. Maybe he's an all-star at some point, and New York will be a good team. But they'll kind of do what they normally do, and they'll get to the second round of the playoffs, and you'll kind of be able to tell, not good enough. Nope. He's a finals MVP now. He's a champion. Never say never with this kind of stuff. And that's why LeBron's decision matters even more in all this, because I talked about this before. LeBron's ability to lead and to teach someone like Donovan Mitchell how to be a leader, because LeBron's not signing in Cleveland expecting to play another 4 seasons like he did in 2014. It's not LeBron's team anymore. He understands that at this point in his career, no matter where he signed. If he signed in Philly, you mean to tell me that in Philadelphia, with all that talent and all that ego, LeBron's going to come in and say, this is my team, motherfucker? No, he's not going to say that. I think he's going to go to Miami with Giannis and Mr. 82-point game, Bam Adebayo, and be like, this is my team. I was here before, and I want... No. Going to go to Golden State and be like, this is my team. No, it's Steph's team. He knows that. Any of these options that he has, Denver, Minnesota with Anthony Edwards, all these teams, all these options, these choices, he is not coming in to be the focal point. He's coming in to be the additive. Not the overall difference, but the additive to a really good team that could use him to get over the hump, and not a team that's a sub-500 team that's looking to all of a sudden win 60 games and be a finals contender. No, all these teams are already finals contenders. They're already good enough to win a bunch of games and make some noise in the postseason. He's hoping to be the last piece to put them over the top. To have fun while he does it, because he's gonna love where he wants to play. That's the whole point. And then obviously to win a 5th ring. That's the whole point. And this is a big part of that. This shows LeBron, hey, we're serious. Mobley, locked up. Donovan, locked up. These guys are in our fabric of our team. They have been the reason why we've been able to course correct since you left, which no one blames LeBron for leaving the second time, because he essentially got left by Kyrie. Like, we don't blame you for leaving in 2018, but we worked. We drafted well. We've added some pieces here or there to be able to be competitive, to be able to get in the playoffs multiple years in a row, to be able to now have an opportunity to go and try to win a championship. And we think you're the final piece. That's the Cavs pitch, along with being hometown, all that stuff, whatever it is. And Donovan can now say, dude, I'm here. I'm locked in. This ain't going to be a distraction this year. That's probably his big pitch to LeBron too. I signed my extension, man. I'm not going anywhere. You ain't got to worry about, like, was 1 foot out of the door because, you know, I see these other teams doing well. Like, no, I think we got something special, and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to sign. LeBron wants proof. He wants proof that you care, that you are going to make an attempt to win, and that you're all in on it. It wasn't just a slogan for the Cavs one year. It's kind of like what he bases a lot of his stuff on. Except for the 2018 decision, that was more of I'm going to go to this young team. We're going to tank it a little bit, get a pick, and then we're going to go get Anthony Davis. But he has a plan. LeBron always has a plan. And Donovan's like, hey, does this help? I'm sure LeBron's saying, don't hurt. That means that all the focus can be on LeBron when he comes here. It's not going to be on, oh man, Donovan didn't sign in the offseason. Is he going to sign the 5-year, $350,000 million bajillion dollar deal this offseason? Is he going to leave Cleveland? Is he going to walk away? No, it's going to be when they go into the season, Evan Mobley's under contract for the next 3 seasons. Donovan Mitchell's under contract for the next 4 seasons. Jared Allen still has a couple years left on his deal. James Harden renegotiated his deal. He's not a distraction anymore as far as the contract is concerned. He took a team-friendly deal. Oh, we can really focus on LeBron coming home. It feels like these moves are in retrospect of each other, and that's why we're getting to where we are. So Donovan doing this was probably a lot of, and let's not pretend like he's not about to make $75 million a year at the end of this contract. He's making damn good money. This dude is going to be doing just fine. Like, he's not worried about that. Like, this is a good deal for him. And then at that point in his career, he can decide if he wants to stay in Cleveland any longer. You know, if he wants to consider moving to a championship level contender, a team, whatever it is that maybe needs that piece, that scoring piece, because at that point, who knows where he's going to be in his career. But this is an opportunity. Donovan's now really opened that door. And there have been reports LeBron was down to 3 teams, that being Philly, Miami, I believe, and Cleveland. It was 2 teams, then it was 6 teams. Actually, then it was 10 to 12 teams. Then it was 6 teams. Now it's down to essentially 3. And everyone pretty much believes Cleveland is the leader in the clubhouse. Why wouldn't they be? Why not? Because now, even if LeBron loses, he can say at the end of this upcoming season in Cleveland, if he does retire, which who knows if he's going to or not, he can say, I put the pieces in place. I gave Donovan the mindset. I taught Evan Mobley how to be a killer and how to be more aggressive. I played basketball with James Harden, something that I was excited about doing. Even though I love Darius Garland, I think James Harden's a great player, whatever. He can say those things. And he can also be the ultimate good guy at the end of the day and come home. People around the league will love it. It's a story the NBA will love. And it would make a lot of sense for LeBron to do this and for the Cavs to at least get to the finals in what could be his last season. Could you imagine LeBron on the stage? Donovan Mitchell wins finals MVP because he had one 40-point game in the finals and he scored like 15 points a game the rest of the finals. But that one game, holy shit. LeBron looks over. He's like, I'm passing the torch. I'm going out like Peyton Manning, that kind of thing. I'm hanging it up. I did everything I could. Brought Cleveland a second championship. It almost writes itself. And he's not going to have that kind of storybook if he goes to Miami, if he goes to Philly, if he goes to Golden State, Minnesota, Denver, New York, any of these other cities, any of these other places. He's not going to have that ability to tell that story. And LeBron, for as great of a basketball player as he is, loves controlling the narrative and loves being able to tell a good story. And he doesn't like being interrupted. That's what it is. So now he has a chance. The runway is clear. Burke Lakefront Airport, and it's 4 planes a year that land there. They're looking real pretty for LeBron. He can land on that. He can spread his wings, lay out, all that stuff, because there's no more controversy in Cleveland about who's staying, who's going. They're all under contract. Now it's up to him. Donovan Mitchell took that door that was open about halfway and pushed it open the rest of the way and said, come on, walk through. And LeBron just might. The big question, when he walks through it, is he going to hit his head on the top? Or is there going to be enough headroom to be able to walk through smoothly and be able to walk into retirement at that point, holding a championship? We'll see. But it's a big first move in a very uneventful offseason for the Cavs. They end up signing their franchise player to an extension that proves they're all in on this season, the next season, and the following season. The next 2 to 3 years, especially because of the way the East is now laid out. Indiana is going to be better, but how much better? Is Tyrese Halliburton going to be able to bring it back to what he was? He's not going to have some of the same pieces around him. Orlando's in transition with the new coach. Miami's got to get acclimated with these new guys and fill out the rest of their roster. Boston's going to be the Jason Tatum show. Is that enough in Boston to be able to win? New York lost one of their heart and soul type pieces in Mitchell Robinson. Is Andre Drummond going to be enough to replace that at this point in his career? Washington, are they going to be able to stay healthy with that group, with Trae Young and Anthony Davis and those guys? Toronto, can they stay healthy with a young core built around Kawhi Leonard? The next couple seasons are Cleveland's window. It's now. It's not 3 years from now, 5 years from now. It's like next year and the year after, or the 2 years where the Cavs can do this. They can at least get to the finals. I don't know who they're going to run into. Because, again, San Antonio and Oklahoma City are still two better teams than Cleveland. I wholeheartedly believe that. But once you get there, anything's possible. So there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for this to do something. Shit. No, we're going to have to wait and find out. Let's take our first break here on Midnight Run. So happy you guys are with us here from your Tuesday night into your early Wednesday morning. When we come back, there's got to be some wrestling fans out there. We had a actual legit crash out, Love Island level drama on Monday Night Raw just 2 nights ago now, technically a night ago, but still. We'll dive into that and a bunch more sports topics here on Midnight Run, all along the Inside Edge Network. We're back after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to Midnight Run, right here on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your guest host, who is slightly more attractive and significantly taller than Double A, Kyle Cornell.
Welcome back, everybody. Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Kyle Cornell filling in for Double A Anthony Alfred. He'll be back next week for you guys. Of course, Eli Moon taking over the ship Wednesday through Friday here on the program. So excited to be able to do my part a little bit here and help out the network as we move through your evening and the end of this awesome block of content we have for you guys. And if you're always looking to find out more and to stay up to date about when we go live and just how we do it, go ahead, like, subscribe, punch that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the different social media platforms. Check out our website too while you're at it, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Great one-stop shop, show personalities, the full schedule rundown about when we go live, all that good stuff, and the merchandise store too. Don't forget about that. Great opportunity to be able to support local grassroots media just like us right here and buy that Inside Edge Network gear. You saw Chad Bryan earlier in the night with a cool Inside Edge polo. We got that, shirts, hats, coffee mugs, windbreakers. It was kind of chilly here in Cleveland this past day compared to the previous one. So take advantage of that, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, and take us anywhere on the Inside Edge Network app on Roku. Just download Roku, whether you have a TV, whatever it is, or if you have it on your phone as well, like I do. Search Inside Edge Network on the app. Take us wherever you wish to go. And Double A's telling me he's going to share his thoughts on these rejoins next week. Here's the hoping that he'll eventually just forget about it. I said this last night. Like, when I do something like this, when I fill in whatever it is, I try to put my own spin on it and make it a little like fun, entertaining. It's really easy just to keep the same stuff and do the same intros or whatever it is, and you're just like, oh, okay, whatever, and like that. But like, why not have some fun with it? Especially because it's only for a few nights. It's a special guest host. It's not a thing where I'm taking over. This is still very much his show, but a little bit of flavor, man. A little bit of, and he knows, for me being on Unfiltered at 5:00 here weekdays on Inside Edge Network. Again, a bit of a break this week. It was my vacation week, but filling in because team needs me. This is actually a spot where I get to go a little more loose cannon and get to talk about sports and all that. It's my background. It's where, I've built a lot of my, not only my following, but a lot of my career. A lot of my references are sports references. I mean, besides the news stuff, sports was a big part of that. And when I was in news, I was doing a lot of sports related things. So I was in the Cavaliers locker room in 2017, the year after they won the championship. I was covering the All-Star weekend in 2019 here in Cleveland, when the then Indians were hosting, All-Star weekend and the festivities and all that. And it's a great opportunity. So I appreciate being able to do this for you guys and putting a little twist on it, because again, why be boring? Why do the same stuff over? Like, that's Double A's thing. That's his show. He's going to be able to take that back over, and it's great. But when I'm here, a little bit of a twist, just a little bit. Even though apparently, according to Autumn, I'm normal. I'm never going to get over that. You can tell she doesn't know me that well yet, just because, yeah. She has no idea. Let's move on. Normally, this be a topic, and we may still touch on this later on in the week in the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. But man, did Sami Zayn get screwed over or what? On Monday Night Raw last night. That's the quote. Hey, Eli, before we look at that again, let's play the video that WWE released earlier today from Sami Zayn after Monday Night Raw, when CM Punk came back and ended his championship reign, his first ever, in just 9 days. Take a look.
I have a question. Come with me. I have a question. How is it that after 24 years of crawling and inching for every little inch to get the WWE Championship, after I finally get it, 9 days after I get it, that piece of can walk back in here after not being here for months, and waltz right in and get it? Get a chance? That he has no business! No business!
Ouch. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a problem in the villa. My goodness. One, Sami Zayn is great at this pro wrestling thing. I give him a lot of credit. Made me feel every inch of that. I think it was ironic, Alicia Taylor in the background, as soon as he's done on that tangent, and calling CM Punk, which, again, courtesy of WWE, that video, I can say, because we are streamed on this show, called him a motherfucker. that she announces his name again, that he won the championship and everyone cheers because they're in Chicago. Jake Underwood's favorite city, by the way. This is we talked about it last week on the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. I didn't see a long title reign for Sami Zayn. I thought maybe they'd give him until Saturday night's main event. They said, nah, we're going to do it this coming Monday. We're going to have him lose the title on the show that he doesn't even defend it on normally. It's a show he wasn't even on because he was on SmackDown. That's the show he's on. It's on Fridays. This happened on Raw on Monday. It's unbelievable that it happened to him. CM Punk is absolutely jacked out of his mind. And obviously we'll dive deeper into what this all means for SummerSlam, for all that stuff coming up on the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast this week. But still, my God, did we call this? Oh, Sami. Good Lord. Yeah, there you go. There's the quote. What he said. He does something that very few professional wrestlers can do. And if you don't watch pro wrestling, it very much is like Love Island, except a lot more physical. The people are in really good shape and they actually do stuff. They don't just sit around and talk and make out with each other all day. Like they actually do full on things that are dangerous. That can hurt themselves. Not just their feelings, but still. This dude is one of the better people at just making you feel his agony, his pain, his suffering. It's like, oh my goodness. What do you mean? What do you mean I lost the title after 9 days? This dude's been wrestling for 20 plus years. Finally gets the championship. And if you saw what he looks like, not only in that picture, but in general, he kind of looks like a homeless man. So there's a reason why he hasn't projected the image of a normal champion. When I say someone, a star in pro wrestling who crossed over and was a big deal, you guys probably think of like the John Cena's, The Rock, that kind of stuff, maybe even Stone Cold to a point. He don't look like them. He really doesn't. Like, so him being able to break through and get that championship, listen, 9 days is 9 days. It's not the shortest title reign of all time. It's not. And honestly, I had more fun watching Sami these past 9 days as champion than I did the previous 6 months of him just wrestling in general. So they did something for him in this spot. He can now say he's a WWE champion. He's now a Grand Slam champion, which in WWE terms, if you're not familiar, that means he's won the kind of like the mid-range title and the top title on both sides. So good for him. He's done that. And he's won the tag team championships too. He was part of a tag team for a while there. Kevin Owens, a couple of different guys. Damn. And CM Punk, man, kind of figured that was going to happen. We talked about that. You can't have a show in Chicago and not have CM Punk show up if he's under contract, because they would have lost their shit. They would have been so mad. So mad. And this opens the door because technically Cody Rhodes, who maybe some of you people also know who he is, he had technically won a shot at the championship. He got injured earlier in the night. So they get to do CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. And angry Sami is going to be putting up social media posts about, how that motherfucker had no right. I know the entire network, the people that watch wrestling, like they saw that, they had to laugh. Like it was funny, but I felt it. I did. And that just goes to show you. It just goes to show. There's a certain look, there's a certain profile they want in WWE for that top star. And Sami got a little bit of a taste. Didn't get to do the interview circuit, didn't get to go on Good Morning America or The Tonight Show or none of that stuff, but he got to, take the belt with him for 9 days. Around all that good stuff. He had to do that. So that's cool. Sami, dude. Good Lord. Again, we'll talk more about this story coming up on the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. That is on the way this coming Friday. Can't decide if we're going to air it after Midnight Run, if we do it part of that block. I guess that's going to be up to program director. Yeah, good point, Eli. Does Sami come back now as El Generico? If he wants a Chad Gable-like rise, sure. But Chad Gable, though she's shorter, he looks the part. Dude's always been in phenomenal shape. amazing pro wrestler, great promo, Sami, good promo, all this stuff, but I don't know where Sami goes from here. Yikes. Friday morning, Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast, we'll get deeper into all this and the implications of it, what it means for Sami, for the entire company, and all of that. I wanted to get into something a little bit serious on the show because it involves essentially the right to not play for one sport or one league and to be able to kind of diversify. And I know there's there's always been a lot of hate and a lot of people kind of looking in the side at Live Golf, but they're in the news again today for this new lawsuit that's come out. It's the Premier Golf League World Golf Group lawsuit, which ESPN actually published a story today as well. The suit itself filed back in April, but it's coming to light more today about what is going on. Premier Golf League, or PGL, and its parent World Golf Group, a British group, they're saying that it conceived the idea for a global golf league years before Live even existed. Liv's been around for a number of years now. Very successful for the most part. It's a Saudi-backed group, so that obviously drew the ire of a lot of people. Phil Mickelson, when he wasn't inappropriately touching people at golf clubs in California, he was a part of it. John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, some really big names have been entrenched in Live Golf essentially since the beginning. So Live, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, the PIF, Golf Saudi, and two individuals, former WGG founders Richard Marsh and Jed Moore, are being sued. Breach of confidence and unlawful means conspiracy, plus breach of fiduciary duty against Marsh and Moore for allegedly helping the Saudis launch Live. So some sour grapes there. The suit seeks between $210 and $630 million. Again, the complaint alleges Live Golf is essentially a copy of PGL in the concept. Shotgun starts, the original 54-hole format, team plus individual scoring, knockout team rounds, and 4-player franchises with a captain. The plaintiffs say Andy Gardner first conceived a World Golf League back in 2009, and WGG later gave PIF Golf Saudi reps access to a data room full of confidential business plans and contracts, which they claim were then used to build Live instead of investing in PGL. Commercial Court London, April 16th is when this was filed. ESPN just now being able to obtain and verify the filing as of today. So it's in the news. Live's already in shaky water. PIF announcing in April it will stop funding the golf league. So their future very much in question beyond this year. And so far, Live has not commented on this. So it kind of feels like PGL is going to file this suit. I'm assuming at some point they'll settle with Live for a decent amount of money. And they're going to hit the ground running. Honestly, because Live is about to disappear. Which is sad to a point. And I get there's a political aspect of all this. And obviously there's ideological differences with most of the world compared to the Saudi Arabians and their practices and whatever it is. And I totally get that. I understand. I'm speaking from a context specifically off of the ability in sports to have competition. I am wholeheartedly certain the PGA Tour has gotten better because Live has existed. Whether this is the last year, whether they find a new investor, whatever it is. I am thoroughly convinced. The PGA Tour has a chance now to look at what they're doing. They're doing different types of things. They're adding more money into these purses for these players because these guys are signing $100+ million deals to go play golf, 12, 15 times a year for this Saudi league. And they're playing all over the world. It opened the door, and I give them a lot of credit for this. Bryson DeChambeau on YouTube as a golfer is fucking hilarious. Like, if you have some time to go down a rabbit hole, you talk about daily spirals and you want to spiral down a hole, go watch YouTube Golf. Watch Bryson DeChambeau and Bob Does Sports. Two of my favorite channels. Just so funny, so entertaining. The golf is better on Bryson's channel. The golf is funnier, a lot funnier, on Bob Does Sports. But this kind of thing opened the door, because on a full tour schedule for Bryson, he's not able to make content for YouTube. He's unable to have these options to be able to do this kind of stuff. It's opened the door for more of these guys to get involved in the content creation space and entertain us and still make some pretty damn good money while they're doing it, and not burn them out and not have the same kind of stuff over and over again. Competition is always going to be vital. And when you don't have it, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes things can get pretty stale pretty quick. And the PGA Tour, when Tiger wasn't playing, people weren't really giving a shit. We had some good, like, I'm a big Rory fan. I love Rory. There's certain players that they bring it out of you in certain tournaments, but overall, it's like, whatever. This league gave the PGA Tour the blueprint to switch things up a little bit and be more open to certain stuff. Who knows what the new backers are going to be? If there are new people that decide to pop in and fund this league because it's been relatively successful, all things considered, maybe it lives on, no pun intended. But maybe there's an opportunity for them to be able to grow, to do this. I just don't know. I just don't know what their future is going to be, and this lawsuit doesn't help. But then you have like the indoor golf league that Tiger started, I think, with Rory, that plays during certain parts of the year. But this is a big deal. This is, like, remember in 2000 when the USFL became a thing, or the XFL, all that stuff, when that was around originally? Like, it felt like, oh, we got some competition. And the difference was Liv's been around for a lot longer, and they've been pretty good damn competition. They pulled a lot of the best golfers in the world to them. And a couple of went back. Brooks Koepka has went back. A few people have gone back to the PGA after a couple of years there, which, hey, you know what? Who wouldn't? Like, oh, we'll give you $200 million for 4 years. Okay, I'll play 4 years in this league, and then after that, I'll go back to the PGA. I'll make a shit ton of money, more than I'll ever make, probably playing golf on the PGA Tour, unless I'm Tiger and I win 20 majors, which just doesn't happen. I think Rory has like 6 now. That's considered otherworldly. Like, you just don't win that many tournaments and make that kind of money just from golf. So I don't blame a lot of these guys for going over, taking that, and then see where it is in a couple years. And again, you can dive deeper into the rabbit hole of the ethics and all that stuff, and sure, I'll listen to that. But strictly as a golf platform and as an ability to give other options to other people and to be able to make money and to be able to support their families and to be able to see the world, to be able to do something and open doors for all these other golfers and there's opportunities to do so, I mean, it did its job. Now we'll see who comes to save it, if anyone does. No guarantees, but the overarching goal of what Live was supposed to be, I think, has worked. The question is, will it live on beyond this year? Only time will tell, and we shall see. Another break here on Midnight Run, guys. Hey, when we come back, couple tournaments, couple big ones we got to check in on. We'll obviously get in on the Wimbledon tournament. The quarterfinals are rounding shape. A huge, long match today. More history for a guy that I actually have a problem with, and we'll talk about that. We're also going to check in on the World Cup. We're down to our final 8. We have a beautiful graphic we'll throw up here in the next segment as well. And I'm going to give you guys even more of a reason to understand why Adam Sandler is my GOAT. Because he is. Dude is fucking cool. All that and more coming up here on Midnight Run, all along the Inside Edge Network. We're back after this. Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Welcome back to Midnight Run, here on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your guest host, the salt to double A's pepper, Kyle Cornell.
I can't believe she said it 2 straight nights. That's wild. AI lady is crazy. Welcome back in. Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. So happy you're with us as we take you through the rest of your evening from your late Tuesday and now to your early Wednesday morning. So happy you're with us here on the Inside Edge Network. And you can always find out when we go live, what we have going on by liking, subscribing, punching that notification bell at Inside Edge Net across all the different social media platforms you see there at the bottom of your screen. You can also check out our amazing website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Great opportunity to get to know all the different talent we have here on the network and check out the full show, the show schedule, great merchandise store, all that right there at your fingertips, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. And download our app on Roku. Again, all you got to do, if you have a Roku TV, you can just search Inside Edge Network, download the app so you can listen to us when you're cooking dinner, hanging out with the kids, just trying to have some fun, whatever it is. Maybe you're outside doing some stuff. You want to throw us on the app. You got Alexa, whatever it is. All you have to do is say, Alexa, play the Inside Edge Network. And we got you right there. Also, on your phone, too. I have the app on my phone as well. I take it wherever I go. If I don't want to fire up the old YouTube, I can just do that, too. So, Inside Edge Network on Roku. Take us wherever you need to take us right there on the app. All right, some news and notes as we get towards the end of the program here tonight for you guys. Let's talk about Wimbledon. We kind of have to at this point because today was crazy. And one of the reasons why was that guy, Novak Djokovic. What a match he had, 5 hours and 15 minutes. It was the longest quarterfinal in Wimbledon history. I think, honestly, maybe in Grand Slam history. 5 hours, 15 minutes in the men's quarterfinals against Felix Auger-Aliassime. He beat him 7-6, 3-6, 6-3, 6-7, 7-6. Sometimes I can say 6-7. There you go. I'm sure my son is somewhere in his sleep just doing one of these. But nevertheless, a crazy win for Novak. If you know me, I am also Serbian, but I don't like Novak Djokovic. I was a Rafael Nadal guy. I like the effort, the heart, the spirit. Djokovic, and I get entertainment, that kind of stuff. It's the slamming of the racket when he was younger and that kind of stuff. It turned me off to being a fan of his. And I get it. You get older, you get a little wiser, whatever it is, but still, just never was a big fan of Novak. Big fan of Carlos Alcaraz. He's not in the tournament. He's got a wrist injury. I like Yannick Sinner, and that's who Novak is going to face in the semifinals. It'll be Sinner and Novak. On the bottom half, Kobali and Ferry. Taylor Fritz, who's the last American standing on the men's draw, and Alexander Zverev, who won the French Open. They are going to be competing today now, 9:30 in the morning. I think they may actually be the first match. Yeah, and then Kobali and Ferry will be kicking off about a half hour after they do. It's not looking good for Novak just because Yannick Sinner has had his number for the most part. He did beat Sinner back in January at the Australian Open in the semis there. But still couldn't beat both of the big two. Remember, they were part of the big three. It was Novak Djokovic, it was Rafael Nadal, and it was Roger Federer. All three with over 20 Grand Slams or 20 Grand Slams or more apiece. Now it's Yannick Sinner, it's Carlos Alcaraz. Zverev finally getting his first Grand Slam after a bunch of attempts. And Taylor Fritz, though, has had his number, the American. Won his last 7 matchups against Zverev. So that's going to be interesting to see if Fritz can get the job done and do what he does best and beat Zverev and move on to the semifinals for the second consecutive year. On the women's side, there is one more American remaining in the semifinals. It's Coco Gauff. She had a big win. It was an All-American quarterfinal matchup with Jessica Pegula. She won 4-6, 6-3, 6-3 to move on. She'll face Mukova. She actually beat Naomi Osaka. I know that's one of Autumn's favorite tennis players, so sorry. But Naomi's getting better. She's getting close. I don't understand the Arena Sabalenka hate, but I understand that, hey, people hate people that win, then they have fun doing it. And afterwards, when she was very candid, I don't really want to think about tennis right now. I just want to go get drunk and forget about it, then try to get better later. Like that's a hell of a response. But it feels like it's wide open on the women's side. This could be Coco Gauff's year. She could possibly do it. She's the 7th seed. I think actually she's the highest ranked seed remaining on the women's bracket. So if you're going off of seeding, she's the favorite. So we'll see how she handles that. I think she's the youngest ever into the Wimbledon semis as well. So kudos to Coco Gauff as she moves on. And Wimbledon, it's always fun. Listen, especially when the U.S. Open comes around too, guys. If you have the availability to watch that, if you have time, just throw it on. They have the marathons on, that kind of stuff. ESPN, the ESPN Unlimited has it too. Really cool. I work from home, so it's great for me. Just flip it on and you watch and enjoy the show. Tennis is a really fun sport to watch. It definitely can be. There's a lot of emotion. And I'm not just saying that because I play it. It's really fun. And this Wimbledon is turning out to be interesting on both sides. The World Cup, that's also pretty interesting. We had some more controversy today, or I should say yesterday now. But we have our final 8. The bracket is set. And there you see it. The special Midnight Run bracket edition of the World Cup quarterfinals. On the top left, France and Morocco. Underneath them, Spain and Belgium. Ooh, I said Belgium. I felt all the U.S. fans cringe. Norway and England. That's going to be fun. And Argentina and Switzerland. These are the 2 teams that played yesterday. Argentina, controversy. Egypt was leading that match for seemingly all of it. And then all of a sudden, Argentina stormed back. Leo Messi leading the charge. The greatest player ever has Argentina into the quarterfinals. Again, I don't understand the Leo Messi hate. I think it's pretty universally known he is the best player of all time. And I think it's just soccer is better when he's still playing. And that team is damn good. So give him a lot of credit. And Switzerland advancing, no goals in regular time. They had to go to penalties. They move on and beat Colombia to advance to where they are now in this quarterfinal. The favorite, I feel like, kind of has to be France, just because Mbappe has been playing out of his mind. Spain has won, but they've struggled a little bit in certain moments. Is it crazy for me to say Norway is the other favorite? I don't know. It just kind of feels like with Erling Haaland and that group, man, they're just got something going. They got the row going. If you guys have seen that thing where they all get in the line, it's the Norway tradition after they win. They do the big row all across the stadium. It's nuts. So cool. But I pose this question to you guys, and we're going to keep the graphic up for a minute because I want you to think about this. You look at these 8 remaining teams. USA better than any of these guys? Honestly, if you're impartial, I know, listen, like I said yesterday, love our country, happy to be here, would not want to live anywhere else. Strictly off of the quality of soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. Realistically, is the U.S. better than any of these teams? The answer is no. Morocco has been on a hell of a run the past decade with what they've been able to do with their soccer program. Belgium's always been consistent. Spain, France, England, Argentina, always in the conversation. Norway, new, but a great team and a great player. Switzerland, another team that just always kind of seems to be around. It's just different. It's a different level of play. And what is it? I think 6 of the 8 teams are European. Morocco and Argentina. Morocco, obviously, Africa, and Argentina is South America. France, Spain, Belgium, Norway, England, Switzerland, all European countries. It's their sport. It's like if we had a World Cup for football, for like American football, yes, the USA team should be dominant. Dominant. Because that's our sport. But this is going to be fun. France and Morocco is going to be a great match. Love it. Spain and Belgium may be the one that I'm not looking forward to the most. Argentina and Switzerland's close, but you kind of expect Argentina to win that. Norway and England should be fucking awesome. If you're going to watch one of these, I think France and Morocco is close, but I think Norway and England's going to be a really good match. Those are 2 really good teams with really good individual players too. That's going to be fun. Way to burst out of the scene for Norway too. Wow. But a fun final 8. Hope you're enjoying the World Cup, even though the USA is not a part of it anymore. But got some great matchups as we get closer and closer to that final. I think it's, July 19th or something like that? Should be great. And the last thing I wanted to bring up here on Midnight Run before we head out, and this will be the last thing I talk about on the show, is my time as guest host is nearing an end. Saw a really cool story about Adam Sandler this past weekend. Yeah, there he is, just chilling on a basketball court. You can tell where he is. He sticks out because he's in the middle. Only guy I know that wears polos to play basketball, but listen, he's my GOAT for a reason. This dude on Friday officiated Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding. And then on Sunday said, you know what I want to do? I want to go play pickup basketball in Massachusetts. He's calling the city asking about, hey, do you guys have a court? Like, where can I go play? He goes, he shows up, he meets a bunch of random people, these kids, all this stuff. They have a great time. He stays, he hangs out, takes a group picture. This is coming off of the story I had on Unfiltered, I believe it was last week, where he calls Rob Schneider every week for the past 30 years just to check in. Adam Sandler's the fucking GOAT, man. This has got to be the coolest dude. Maybe he's up there of all time. Like, so fucking cool. One of my favorite comedians, too, of all time. One of my favorite actors of all time. People still ask me if I'm Jewish because I sung the Hanukkah song in 5th grade as a tribute during my book report that I was doing on him. And one of the things was you could, instead of writing up full paper, you could just, do some sort of presentation for the class. And I brought the guitar up and sang the Hanukkah song, edited, of course, because I was in 5th grade. Couldn't say certain things. But worth it. Worth it. Such a cool ass dude, man. And I'm happy for those kids that get to play with them. And anyone who comes in contact with Adam Sandler, I feel like 99.9% of them say, awesome guy, just happy to be around him. And you know what? We were happy. And I was happy to be with you guys here on Midnight Run for these 2 nights. Appreciate you letting me into your homes, wherever you guys are, as we wrap up the show here. I believe Eli's taking over the ship tomorrow through the end of the week. I had a great 2 days. I know Double A is going to have a lot to talk about. Make sure you guys tune in to Unfiltered, my normal show, 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Again, we're on vacation this week. There's some reruns playing some great episodes, though. Check them out. See if you like it. Tune in next Monday. We'll have our new episodes again starting back up. And I'll give you guys a hint. I do a thing at the end of the week called the Meme of the Week. We already have a picture taken and ready for Unfiltered. We debut it on Monday. We give you guys the full week to submit meme suggestions. Of course, you can follow my Facebook page, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. That's where I post this. I usually try to tag Inside Edge Network as well, Inside Edge Net on Facebook. You guys can find it there too. But we got a picture, and it is of the original host of this show, Double A Anthony Alford, that will be showing on Monday. So he's going to have a lot to get pissed off at me about starting next week when he gets back. But on a serious note, buddy, I love you. You guys know that I'm with you, and we're all here for you at the network, man. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do this for these past 2 nights. Appreciate Eli busting his ass like he always does, putting off his vacation a little bit to be able to run the ship. And we got a great group of people here, people. I mean, this is special group, special guys, special girls, and you just never know. You never truly know what's going to happen next here on the Inside Edge Network. But until that point, have a great rest of your evening. That's going to do it for Midnight Run. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Inside Edge Network.